Hey everybody coming in. Hey Tony. Hey Rebecca. Hey Ali. Hey Miss Judy. Y'all give me a little bit. I'm gonna try to start on time. Y'all, it's not gonna start till 9. We got about 10 more minutes. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all. Give some people time to get back in. I should have waited until I was off before I opened it up, but I had to do some paperwork before I clocked out. So give people time to come back in. Hi, how y'all doing? If y'all still in here, let me see you put a one in the chat so I can speak to you. I want to acknowledge everybody that's in here right now. Let's see, Godchild. Hey, Godchild, Miss Saint Weber. Um, Sweet Black. T come sit with Godchild. Hey, Tanelia. Okay, Tanelia, how you doing? How was your day? Hey, Ayola. Good night. Oh man. Give me just a minute, guys. I was gonna let a little bit more people come in, but if they don't come, I guess they've gotten tired of the story going from platform to platform. I I know I said I was through with it too when I was talking to my family and letting them know everything that was going on. Then a couple of people that I talked to, um, I told them what was exposed this weekend, and they were like, "Don't get out of it yet because you're there for a reason." And the more people put exposure on this, um, the sooner something can be done. And I just feel so strongly about what Ashley said about those babies because hey, my Mikey, I feel so strongly about what happened, what that girl said that they got me doing to those babies because I, mm, I'm sorry, y'all. Mm, something similar. My cousin had this guy that she was dating, and she had this son named Brandon. And I noticed that every time her boyfriend would come around, Brandon would get all tense, and you could tell he was afraid of this man. And whenever the guy's mom would come around, he would get all tense and like pee on himself. He would get that nervous when they came around. And I asked my cousin, were they doing anything to that baby? And she swore up and down that she would not let them. She swore up and down that she would let nobody hurt her children. About I went to her mother, I went to other family members instead of calling CPS. And I told them that I thought that that Ron was beating on that little boy because of how intense he would get when they came around. And it was like, well, the grandmother was like, I don't think that's going on. He's nice and he's this and he's that. And about 3 weeks later, I get a call saying Brandon was dead. Um, and I live with that guilt every day because that baby 5 years old, and if I had gone to CPS, maybe something could have saved him. But the way that they killed him, he peed in the bed. Hey, Tanya, he peed in the bed, and the boy's mother, they was living with her boyfriend's mom. The little boy's mom was told to go and run some hot water and give him a bath. Not only did they fill the tub up with the hot water, but they boiled water and poured in the tub. Hey, break room. They boiled water and poured in the tub, and they put this 5-year-old baby in boiling water and hot water till his. They held him down in that water until his skin came off, and then instead of calling an ambulance, they went and stuck him in the bed and covered him up and gave him some Tylenol. And they found him dead the next morning. And that guilt lived with me. And it still lives with me to this day because had I opened my mouth and called CPS, that baby would still be here. So that's what made me get back into this story when Ashley said that they were hitting that baby, that boy was hitting that baby in the chest because of a pair of shoes. So that's why I chose to speak out on it, because everybody around her is staying closed mouth, even Ashley. Hey, TC Chronicle. Hey, Break Room, I'm sorry. Hey, Angela. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Latoya. But I don't know. And then my cousin was going around. Hey, Marisha. My cousin was going around talking about the lady had voodoo on her, and that's why she did it, and this, that, and the other. And to this day, the family still don't talk to her because she knew these people were. She knew that this man and his mother were abusing her child, and yet she did nothing. She did nothing to defend her child. And then she later said that she was scared that if she told, she was going to go to jail and he was going to beat her. Hey, TC, I was telling them about my little cousin and the guilt that I felt. I was telling them about my little cousin and how I was telling them about my cousin and how I kept my mouth closed when I suspected that he was being abused by my cousin's boyfriend and his mom. And I did talk to the relatives, like her mother, the baby's grandmother, and other relatives, and the mom defended it and said that the baby would tell her and was nothing wrong. And about 3 weeks after I told her mom what was going on, they found the little boy dead. They had boiled water and filled the tub up with hot water and put him in it because he peed in the bed. And instead, his skin, it was so bad, his skin slipped off his body. They held him in that scalding hot water. And instead of calling 911, they gave him some Tylenol and put him in the bed, and they found him dead the next morning. And I felt and still feel guilty about that because instead of me calling his mother and accepting his mom's excuse, I should have called CPS. So that I feel a lot of guilt about that. And that's what makes me feel bad for this girl's kids, because yeah, they are evil, Denise. That's what makes me feel bad about Rihanna's kids because um, if the mother does not defend her child, who's gonna do it? I would not want a man so bad. Hey, Krisha, I would not want a man so bad that I would put up with him abusing my kids just to say I got a man and to put out this perfect persona. Give me just a moment. Let me get my composure back. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm sensitive. Mine too. Mine too. That's my biggest concern. I don't care what happens to her because that's her karma. That's her karma. But that's not those babies' karma. They don't deserve that. And I think that's her karma because she went around here and lied on the truth. Hmm. Y'all, how do you drop the link? Hey, Rosetta. How do you drop the link? Let's see. Oh, right here. Copy. Have any of you ever been in a situation where you knew somebody was getting abused and didn't say anything, or you had okay, I dropped it. TC, can you come up here with me? But has anybody ever been in a situation where they felt like okay.
Hey, sis.
Hey honey, how you doing?
I just want to come up here with you. I don't like to hear you crying, and I know how you feeling, and I know that sometimes we do carry stuff because we feel like it is kind of we feel like it's our responsibility to if we see something, we speak on it. You did speak on it though. You did have you did bring it, but you can't hold that guilt though. You just have to pray about it and know that whoever did it and gonna get handled. God always got he got his soldiers for people like that. You know what I mean? I hate for the abuse of a child in any kind of way, any kind of form. Yeah, like I used to chastise my kids, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't chastise them to the point to where they had bruises or you know what I mean? Like I just my biggest thing when I was talking on a panel yesterday, my biggest whole thing about this whole situation is those damn kids. And I just don't want them to be in a situation because, like I said, Rob's daughter is 4. She can talk, but she can't talk, if you know what I mean by that. You know what I mean? Like she can talk, but she's not old enough to understand. You know what I mean? And I think that she's seen a lot of stuff and I was going to make a little short earlier about the trauma situation because all she has to do is look at her mom go through trauma, her brother or her sister go through trauma because she's close to her siblings. So whatever she's seeing is bouncing back off of her and she could be you talking about they talking about she's shaking and all this old stuff but it could come from what and I knew something was going on inside that home. I told Steph and them I just feel like something going on inside that home. As you can see, they never really post that older boy. Like they never really post him. And I think, like I said, that he was gonna be her like the oldest child is really gonna really resent her in the end. You know what I mean? But I don't care what happened to her because everything that she's been putting out, Like, it's unfortunate. Like I said, we don't condone domestic violence for no one. Like, we don't condone it. You know what I mean? But everything, like we said yesterday, everything that she getting is her karma. But to bring your children into your karma like that, that's not cool at all. I don't it just don't sit well with me. Like, I'm not condoning that. Like, we don't condone domestic violence, but you hitting on a child, you know what I mean? Because I feel like she put herself in a position for with him. You know what I mean? I just don't want nothing to happen to those kids. Like, them kids, like, I know my wish is for Rob to just go do an emergency protection for his child. You know what I mean? As you can see, the other baby daddy, like, he don't care. You know what I'm saying? My kids fine. My kids are out of harm's way. But if you don't see your kids on a daily, how would you even know? You get what I'm saying? Like, cause obviously she telling them to put on for the camera, act like everything is perfect. And in the inside, them kids is probably suffering in that house. Just like I said yesterday, she's suffering in silence. But you having your kids suffer with you? Like, that ain't cool with me, man. Not at on no level. And I just want to let you know what I'm saying? My arms are around you, sis. So it's gonna be okay. And I know, we all have our moments. So you can have your moment. Don't think that you can't. And people be saying, like, you can have your moment. So if you needed to cry, let you go ahead and cry. You know what I'm saying? But you can't carry that weight on you. You know what I mean? You can't carry that weight on you. Hello? I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, okay. Thank you, Tip. I'm just up here running my mouth like I'm like, okay, I don't hear her. Okay, she said she gonna drop and come back, y'all. So I'm gonna stay on. And so how y'all doing? Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a pleasant Monday. If you work, whatever, I hope that your day was positive. I hope that y'all had a good day and y'all had positive thoughts, because sometimes we have to take our mind off this social media world. You know what I mean? So I hope every day everybody had a good day. Are you there, Two Cent? Sis, are you there? I see you come back up, but I still can't hear you. Okay, we still can't hear her. Okay, so we gonna keep it a rolling. So y'all tell me how y'all day was. Y'all drop in the chat. Did y'all have a good day? Was it pleasant? Did y'all have what's going on this internet on y'all mind? Did y'all think about it? What did y'all think about? I just feel like that's just my stance on it. As far as, and like, and I watched you today while I was at work, and everything you were saying, yeah, it was legit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I think we have difference of opinions, I guess, with super fans. Everybody had their own opinion, but I think on this situation, I think we stand together on this one. As far as, let's say, I'm not saying that we feel sorry for her, because I believe this is her karma, because she has been causing all sorts of havoc out there. You know what I mean? But my priority of thinking is those kids. Once I heard, like, when I heard what he did to her, I was like, okay, so We ain't reading this dude. We ain't reading his obituary. We ain't reading the obits on this dude. Cause to spit in somebody's face is the most disgustingest thing you could do. Like that's the nastiest shit ever. And excuse my French. That is some nasty crap. You know what I'm saying? Hey there, D Ham. How you doing, brother? What's going on? Hey Tiffany. Hey Brittany. Let me see who else. Only one me. How y'all doing? But I just feel like, yeah, it's them kids is my biggest concern because they're innocent in this. They don't have nothing to do with this. They ain't got nothing about how you acting. That just shows your character that you will allow someone to even harm your kids in that way, or you not even caring. You know what I'm saying about the mental state of your child. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just passionate about that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just passionate about that. I don't like when a child is being harmed in the home and the mother can do something about it to fix it and she does it. That do not sit well with me. Okay, let me read some of the comments. It says, I just got off work. I had a great day. Good, Brittany. That's what I'm talking about. You know, as long as y'all had a good and positive today, because sometime on Monday, if you go to work and you work on Monday through Friday, let me tell you something. Monday be the roughest, toughest days because, you know, your weekend, sometimes the weekend feel like one day. If you get off on Friday, it feel like it's Sunday in a blink of an eye. So it's good that y'all had a positive day today. It says, I just hope that they get those kids out of the situation. Yes, Brittany, that's my biggest thing. If this really is true, because what I heard Kev say on Break Rooms Live was that Rob got the evidence of it being true. Like
Oh,
there you go. I think I did a good job with keeping them
I heard
entertained.
you.
Like
I heard you on my other computer, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm glad. I'm like, okay, but yeah, but I think that's if I'm not mistaken, Tiff, and you still in here, ain't that what he said though? That he has the evidence to prove that the girl gave him the evidence. If that's so, then I just wish that they get them kids out that situation. Like that's my biggest concern. Don't nobody care about her.
I really don't care about what happens to her because she put herself in that, and she's gonna get karma not just for that. She got a lot she got to pay for.
Yes.
Um, but I feel bad for those babies,
And that's my
and
biggest concern. Like I just said, like his daughter, she can talk, but she can't talk. If you understand what I mean. Like
hmm
she can talk, but as far as explaining herself on what's going on inside their home, I think that's why she was a little cautious about. She said that Rob the one turned down. Well, if you want Lauren to come with her or whatever, and she said he turned it down. I actually think Bree didn't want that child to go over there. You know what I'm saying? I really
hmm
think that she didn't want Lauren to go over there because see, Lauren is a fight. She's a talker,
hmm
so she'll talk. You know what I mean? Like she'll talk. She probably would blow the spot up. Not trying to blow the spot up, but she probably would. You know what I mean?
hmm
And I I just it's just unfortunate that they have to deal with their mother bad behavior. You know what I mean? Like my thing is, where's your protection for your kids? Because I
hmm
always believe in mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Not saying that we don't have good fathers out here, but it's just always, a mother's responsibility to protect her child
hmm
by any means, and that's just always the way I felt. So I don't give a damn what happened to her ass. It's like she put her kids in that messed up situation. Now it's to a point to where You don't put all this stuff out in the atmosphere. Now it don't boomerang back on you. Now your
Mhm.
kids is suffering because of it.
Mhm.
You get what I'm
And
saying?
I do. I do. You all remember back when they went on, he always take her on those little cheap dates. She go all out for him. But he takes her on cheap dates. And the second date, the first one they were perfume making. The second date, they were on the was it candle making? The candle making date. If anybody noticed how disconnected she was from that date, the only
Yes.
time the only time she livened up was when the lady asked her about bad sex. But that whole while, it's like, hey, Shelly Shell, it's like she was disconnected from Janelle.
Even when you see her, the way she looks at him, sometimes she look at him with total disgust.
She does. She
She
does.
does.
So
And
the signs have been there that that relationship is not perfect. Like she tried to make it, like
yeah,
try to pretend it is. The
yeah.
signs have been there if anybody can see them, and her people get on my nerves uplifting that bullshit.
And
Excuse my language.
they condoning it. They condoning this bad
Exactly.
behavior.
Exactly. And
And then
instead of
if her camp knew about this and no one said nothing, like they ain't said nothing to this chick,
exactly. Exactly.
they don't care about that girl. And then he's supposed to be your boyfriend and y'all supposed to be so in love and he putting you in rooms that you've never been in. He just went on a premiere not too long ago that he just posted, I guess trying to floss
Mhm.
the power premiere of Raising Canaan, because I'm a power person. So
Mhm.
Raising Canaan, and they invited him out to the premiere. I guess they invited him out to the premiere of the show or
Mhm.
whatever, but
Mhm.
he didn't have Brianna on his arm. Why?
And he didn't. He never
Why?
does when he goes to promote his stuff or to go where and to be in front of people, he never has her with him.
Never. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's supposed to be your girl. Y'all supposed to be so in love, and you supposed to be putting her in rooms that she ain't never been in. Why you didn't take her?
Exactly. He had something where he went to Revolt, did his thing. He was in there by himself. He didn't take her with him there either.
And see, that's what I'm saying. What happened? Like, where they at?
Rosetta, Rosetta, you wanted to say something? Rosinette, wait a minute. Rosinette,
Hello.
hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine.
Hey, TC.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. I was just I mentioned it in D chat, but I'll
Mhm.
mention it here because it's a situation up in my family with my cousin daughter and her little son that they was being abused by the boyfriend and no one
Mhm.
ever knew. And I mean, it's a touchy subject to talk about without crying. So y'all
It
bear with
is.
me. But the my cousin daughter, she's 11 years old. This 11-year-old child gotta have a baby
Wow.
Mm,
because of the abuse in the home, and it was the mother's boyfriend that got this child pregnant. So with this situation, it is a touchy subject because I have kids. So within me, if anything happened to my kids, I'm automatically gonna give everything for my kids. So
Exactly.
I mean, if you do anything to hurt mine, I'm sorry, your mama gonna have to do something with you because if you gonna hurt mine, I'm gonna hurt you. That's how I
right.
feel about that. So I'm gonna protect mine with everything in me. So the kids, they was in the home, they was isolated from the family. This little girl is 11 years old. We haven't seen her in about 4 years. But to come and find out that she's 7 months pregnant, what can a child do with the baby?
11.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
with that situation and this situation that's going on, I feel like that she need to protect her kids no matter what. It doesn't matter who it is or what. Protect your kids always because no one is gonna love your kids like you're gonna love them. No one is gonna protect your babies like a mother will. So protect your babies. Don't allow no one to put their hands on your babies. I protect mine even against my husband. When he hit him, when he hit them, my baby is 2 years old and she's a
Mhm.
little girl. She come and she tells me, and I'm
Mhm.
grateful for her telling me that anything that anybody do to her because I want her to keep that boldness about her. I want her to feel open to tell me what's going on with her.
Mm. I
I'm so
just,
sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm sorry that, that child had to experience that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like I was just saying, um, that when my girls were younger, like my son is the baby, but they're like 8 and 6 years older than him. So me and my girls kind of grew up together because I did have them young, but I just didn't feel safe bringing no whole bunch of men around my babies. You know what I mean? Only because of the trauma I went through when I was little. You know what I mean? So it was just that's why I'm saying like situations like that. And if she dealt with any trauma, I don't know how she felt comfortable with a man she just met moving into her home. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean?
That was very crazy.
And then for you to just, because you care about public views on yourself, you putting your kids in a dangerous situation. Because my thing is, even though he chastised like hitting him in his chest, what if he had knocked the wind out that little boy and he couldn't breathe? You get what I mean? Like
I
anything
do.
could happen. What if you hit him so hard you caved in? I mean, anything could have happened. You don't know if he had any kind of conditions or anything, but you hitting this little boy in his chest like that. Now, for a man to hit, it's powerful. That's a little boy. Yeah, you can hit sometimes dads they mostly chastise their sons or whatever, but they know how to do it. But because of your anger, what if you had hit him the wrong way and something happened? Then what?
And with abuse, it starts out with something like that to see if they can get away with it. And if nothing happens, it always intensifies. It always intensifies.
Yeah, that's
Just say, for
crazy.
instance, if you're with an abusive man, he'll start off by pushing you, then he may slap you, or but each time he does it, or the more he gets away with it, and you don't leave him, it's gonna intensify. It's gonna
Yeah,
stop like with the open hand slap. It's gonna go to him punching on you. Then it's gonna go to the beating. They don't start out beating you. They start out seeing what they can get away with.
exactly. And as you can hear her say, she said that he's done it on multiple occasions, meaning, he already know that she's in the public eye, right?
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
know that she has to keep up this thing for the public. So it's like I can do whatever I want to you and get away with it. That's why he
Mhm.
cheats on her and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when is it gonna click in your brain? You get what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I got the you keep saying, you talk about us bashing your children the way she said. You get mad at us talking about for bashing your children, but you letting somebody else hit on them like that. What sense does that make?
And I hate to
That
say
doesn't
this.
make any sense to me at all.
I hate to say this, but I remember seeing one of her videos, and she act like Robert had hit her kids and whatever to her kids too. And I hate to say that that's the karma she's getting, that she put over. That's the stigma she's put over those kids by telling that lie on Robert. Now she got a man that will actually hit on her kids.
And that's sad
It is sad.
because I think we had kind of figured out that he was a little abusive.
Yeah, you remember
Because just like when he took the phone, remember he took the
exactly.
phone. Remember
Mhm.
when they was in the mall and he pushed her when she was
Mhm.
trying to record her, he pushed her then. So
Mhm.
it's like you can tell that he even even his attitude. That time she was carrying the baby and they was
Mhm.
outside and she told him to look. Somebody was saying something to him in her live chat, and he said "F you." Oh no, he said
Mm.
no. He said "Suck my D," is what he
Mm.
said
Wow.
in front of the baby. And I'm like,
Wow.
what? And she
And
ain't checked this nigga? And I'm like, oh Lord. Like
yeah.
I didn't expect for her. I kind of like, I told, kind of felt it.
Mhm.
But for her to say the child is what threw me off. I was like, wait, what? Like he hit the baby in the what? And she ain't do nothing because we instantly fighting after the end. You know,
Exactly. Exactly. I didn't play about mine. They knew I
Boy,
was a
what?
I was a straight fool when it came to mine. I stayed at the school showing my behind.
Well, it was like I didn't. Yeah, I ain't get that one because I told Step yesterday. Like I think my kids, the two people that I did have in the home, they probably rather for them to whoop them than I did. You know what I'm saying? That's how I
Mhm.
felt. They probably rather for them to chastise them than I. But it's like nah, like don't hit my child. You
Mhm.
can let me know and let me deal with that. Especially if I don't know you like that. You know what I mean? Like, and then if I don't know you like that, you ain't finna be around my kids anyway. That's just it.
Exactly. Hey,
That's
everybody
just it.
coming in.
Hey chat, hey chat.
Hey, D
I
Ham.
can't see the I
Hey,
can't see the
ladies,
comments.
what's good with it, ladies? How y'all doing tonight?
We doing all right. I asked TC to come up here while I gathered my composure.
Yeah, yeah. It's This has been a crazy weekend and into the week, right? So, um, who would have thought it? That everything would play out
And
like this.
exactly.
And you could tell that she didn't want to drop it because I watched her. I jumped down and watched. I had to watch it in sections, but I watched D Ham's live, and he was like, "No, no, TC, you got to go from the beginning, right?" And
Right.
I'm like, "I'm gonna go from the beginning," and you could tell like yeah, I was trying to pull it out of her, but you was like, she got to be comfortable with it. You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
with her saying, I'm giving them 24 hours, to just go ahead and move on and leave me alone or whatever. And
Mhm.
then that morning, Steph was like, y'all see what old girl posted? I don't go on her side. I don't go on her page. I don't go on the other side. I don't do nothing.
Right.
And Steph was like, cause Steph is the Facebook person. And she's like, did you see what old girl posted this morning? Basically talking shit.
Mhm.
And I said, that girl she gonna drop it. I just felt like she was gonna drop it, and she
Yeah.
did.
Mhm.
She held back on my platform. She held back on a lot of that, but her emotions were so raw. Um, that that was what my platform needed at that moment. We needed just her to get out the frustration of and the anger that she needed to release. That was a real friendship that she was connected to. She really went hard for that to
Mm.
support her friend, and
Mhm.
even to down to doing things that she probably feel regret.
Mhm.
So she look at the receipts they're holding over her head and look at how she put herself in such and bad situations, all for the support of a friend to tag team her pain, her friend's pain, and understand, my friend, she's in pain, and this person over here caused it, so she was willing to go all out for a
I
friend, and she released what she could release. I tried to pull it out of her, but my understanding, she didn't desire to be interviewed. So
yeah.
Mhm.
we couldn't, literally, we had to let her just share her express herself. It was more like an expression more than it was an interview. But Chatty Cathy and 411 or wherever, I think Chatty Cathy pretty much got the interview.
Yeah, Chatty Cathy got the interview, but
Yeah.
she's dynamic at that. I,
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
that's her calling. That girl can she
Absolutely. I
she
give it to
really
her.
needs to be on like a real. I mean,
Hmm.
I ain't saying this ain't no real platform, but I'm talking about like iHeart Radio or something because
Man, yeah.
she has that voice and she can do it. You know what I'm saying?
She
I like
does.
the way she theologically speak.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Yes.
she always say something positive, and she make you think. So I love Chatty Cathy. I look at all her stuff, even if I got to do the replay. I try to catch
Hmm.
her every time. You know what I mean? Because she
Yes.
is warming, but she makes you comfortable with speaking with her too. You know what I
We,
mean?
and
It
that was
does.
and that was and that's what I that's the next day when I woke up, and I seen the receipts being dropped over there. I don't even think I watched it yet. Really, I came in on towards the end before right before she dropped off, so I got to rewatch that whole live. But I was so happy that she found a platform to release it, and it's more she needs to release. So
I don't
yeah,
I don't think she really wanted to tell that much, but they would not leave her alone. And
Mm-hmm.
they they wouldn't leave her alone after she was on Deham's panel that Sunday. They put all this stuff all over Bree Hive, talking about Bree Hive cannot be brought down, and she was a powerful woman, and this, that, and the other. And I don't think that she really wanted to, because I've seen all three of the interviews. I've seen all three of her um, telling, and each one she gave a little bit more. Each one she gave a little bit more according to how they act. That's that's she gave more each time.
Yeah, Tip, she sure
yes,
did.
yes,
She
yes,
said,
Tiff.
she thinks she took a step further on each platform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She did.
yeah.
She did.
I wanted to get it out on mine, but that would have been selfish, y'all.
Yeah.
I couldn't make like you got to understand. I'm a whole man out here, and although she was, it was too soon too. At the same time, like if like she said, if I would have caught her at the height of her anger, she probably ain't no telling what she would have said. But
Boy.
when she had time to calm down just a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
she was only able to share what she felt comfortable at the moment because you got to think they were holding um not just jail time, but they're behind the scenes making calls to try to get her in some type of legal trouble. So she did mention that she had to reach out to an attorney
Mhm.
and possibly retain one due to her any activity that they're trying to blame her for. So and she's got the NDA that was holding over her head. So it was a lot at the moment, but on my platform she said I don't really get an F about the NDA like that, and so I kind of felt like it was gonna come out regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, she gave her more. That was like a showdown in live action on live TV almost
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
they both like literally was like we're gonna call each other bluff and see who gonna flinch. Like
Mhm.
it was one
Yeah,
of
who
those
gon' who
moments.
gonna break? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. So,
And
Power
but
plays. They were doing power plays is what they were
oh, that
doing.
was crazy. It was crazy.
Mm,
So all I can say is I'm so glad and grateful that this young lady found a place to release some of it, her experience and some of the things she knew, to just relieve herself a little bit. There's no telling she still may need some comfort and somebody to help her get more of it out, but I'm glad it was Kathy. I'm glad it was 411. I'm glad whatever happened on any other platform
right.
because we're not out here to be you know the superstar of who's breaking stories or something. I mean, it's just a matter of where it could happen for her and her family because she said her kids had to witness her pain and her breakdown and her losing a friend and being drugged. So it was kind of difficult to know the limits that these people went to over there, and then you got to understand she was completely engulfed in it. So for it to come unraveled and she the only one get like drugged like that, it can really mess with you mentally.
I don't
Yes, it can,
understand.
especially when you feel like you don't really gained a friend in somebody. You know what I
Yeah,
Exactly.
mean?
they went to war for Bree. They went to war, and it was a real thing for them. It was real. They hated Robert because they felt like Bree didn't deserve it, and and um and that's just women trauma connecting to women trauma.
Mhm.
They haven't healed from their traumas. That
Right.
that will make them want to go that hard for a woman who says she's been abused. So it's chilling. I'm telling you, when you look at it from a man's perspective, you really see how women can be hurt and then you can see where women have healed from their hurt and their pain, and you can see where and you know what it is when women are have not, and you can tell what that pain will make you do. It almost
Yeah,
make you do anything.
a woman scorned, and
Hmm.
she
Yeah.
felt like she was. I don't. I think
How?
that what happened was with the women, group of women that she have, they could have suppressed their, their not healed. It's suppressed. But when
Mhm.
she bought that out and she's supposed to be this big old public figure or content creator, and everybody, everybody really start following her on the strength of the truth anyway. Um, it ignited, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you bury something because you don't want to deal with it, and one person, it only take one thing to trigger you, and it
Yeah.
causes an overflow of all this stuff that you've been holding in, and
Mhm.
that's what it looked like. These women are, they are damaged. They don't. They are really out of touch with reality because now that um, they see that, I got somebody who's dealt with it, so I don't have to really be in touch with reality right now. I can really just horn my thing in and bash this man because of how I was treated. So everything that happened to me, we can, and you see is how it's playing out. It's crazy.
Well, if you look at a lot of different, I think it was certain movies, man. I forget what movie it was. I think it was Queen Latifah. Um, where a woman is upset with a man, and then all the girls, all her girlfriends, like, let's go get him. So it's like all the girlfriends team up to go beat this one guy up. Just to be a support system. And
Mhm.
in reality, that's how women moves. That's how they you know they hurt for each other. You really hurt for each other. And that some relationships are just terrible. How y'all been can get treated. And so you really, somebody do one of your girlfriends wrong, it's like, let's all go get this joker. So that beehive was formed. It was formed for um pain that identifies pain.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are today, where um there's so much has been done, you know, based off of a lie. And a woman just she just believes whatever she want to believe, and she think that everybody should, it's almost like she's rallying troops,
Mhm.
and it's flexing her power. She's very powerful. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think she was, coming into this. I'm thinking, oh, how is this possible? But I remember hearing Kevin saying she was very powerful. He said that on somebody live, and I'm thinking, what does he mean? She's powerful, but she's very powerful. I think you can underestimate someone like her. Really, you can.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
her people saw that and ran with it. That was part of their post yesterday on Facebook. Bree is powerful. She can't be taken down.
Mm,
It
that's
it, it
crazy.
and they may be correct, because if the man, let me just say this: if the truth is guilty of this, you just look at society as a whole. It don't take nothing in today's society to take a man down. It don't. I don't care how powerful the man is.
Right.
He's going down because women have had enough of men flexing their power. So it's based on men being easily taken down in today's society, has now uh, exempt women in any capacity. It has now give them more of a pass, that they can do things, and it will never really matter. It don't matter as much. And
Yeah.
so, that's why you can have um, women teachers getting pregnant by their students, but they don't see no
Mm-hmm.
jail time. You see, it's like a double standard. And when a woman teacher allows her child student to impregnate her, they get to go home and raise the baby together. But if the man that did that, he probably won't see the light of day. So
Now you know what
yeah.
I was following. You know, they made a movie out of it. The one teacher who slept with the teenager. She was married with already with like 4 kids already. I forgot the name of these people, but they locked her up, and the core condition was she had to stay away from him. So they let her out, and she ended up going to mess with him again, and they locked her up again. And I think she stayed in jail for about between 5 to 7 years. She did like 5 to 7 years. But do you
Hmm.
know when she got out, she still married the student because she ended up getting pregnant by him twice, not once, but twice. So
Absolutely.
she ended up marrying him. Like the husband ended up divorcing her and all that stuff. But when she got out, they ended up getting married. So they had 2 kids together. But I think I used to follow them for a while. And I think recently she just ended up passing away, if I'm not mistaken. She
And
had
see,
cancer or something, but
hmm,
yes, they made a TV series about it. Like I
absolutely.
forgot who played it, but yeah, I mean, that's just one instance though. But you are right. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
male is more prone to go to jail for doing situations like that. You know what I mean?
absolutely. And you got to think as a little boy, having his first sexual encounter and it's with some older woman. And and let me speak from a boy. I mean, that's almost like a fantasy, to I'm getting my first experience and it's with this person. But for a girl, it is violation because um it you she's not even she's that's not what she fantasized. She don't
Right.
fantasize to have something like that happen to her. That is almost not even in her idea of thinking. That is complete violation. So when a young little boy, although he's been violated, he's been awarded too at the same time because they're like, oh, okay, you don't got, it, but really he's been violated.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at what happened to R. Kelly and his brothers with his older sister, she violated both of them.
Yeah.
Only one of them liked it and became the monster he became. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to understand, that we really have to dive deep in men's thought and thinking and how to protect our young kids, from early exposure to sexual appetites and things of that nature, so that they don't desire the wrong thing and at the wrong time, and you want to become a grown man still liking children. Like we have to, dive deep into that psychology of a man thought because although he's prone, he's designed to want to release and to experience fantasy and thought. It has to be done in a way where it's not demonstrative, So
Yeah.
it's real. This is real, and so what you see in Bree is the opposite. You're able to see a woman rise to power with a social media platform and take down a
Mm-hmm.
man and take down a whole family with women of all likes of life that identifies with her pain and just
Yeah.
said, "Let's go get them." You know.
Yeah.
I, I can't
Sick
help
'em,
but
Bree
wonder.
Hive. Ain't that what she be
Exactly.
saying?
That's what she be saying. I
Hmm.
cannot help but wonder what happened in all of their lives to make them be that cold hearted and evil and no feelings. They have their feelings are void. Just shut off.
Well, I think with her, I think and I'm just gonna look at it from I ain't no therapist or nothing like that, or no counselor, or no psychologist, but I just feel like it's more of she's been hurt by men, like men. That's why I think that when she was younger, she really was messed with. And I think because she didn't deal with it and this bad behavior has been going on, you could tell that it's been going on since youth.
Yeah.
She just built up her
Like
resistance.
she built up a wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
resistance with men, and she feel like she always have to challenge them. So every time she get in a situation, and she think that she's falling. Like I told Dham, I think one time on your live, Dham, I said I think that her love language is sex.
It
That's her
is.
love language, to be in a relationship. So she feel like if I give you sex, then you can love me unconditionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to think that's one of the things that made Robert fall go. I wouldn't say fall in love so quick, but it just made him understand that that was part of what caused them to keep her around, so that they can continue whatever. But
Hmm.
can I say something to Cancer 66? I'm not saying that the women, and I do respect your comment, but I'm not saying that women have not been um, prosecuted for these crimes. I'm saying uh, the double standard is the outrage will be more severe for the man. um and although people like yourself may think is outrage is ridiculous for either one of them to commit a crime like that, you probably be outraged no matter which one it is, which gender. But we can all agree here that there is double standards in crimes like this, where there's just less publicity, there's less um outrage, this selective outrage when it comes to these type of things, and most times it's swept under the rug. Even if they did go to jail, you probably weren't gonna hear about it that much. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a man, it's, what I'm saying. Normally, he better not show his face nowhere. He better, you know what I'm saying. He matter of fact, he better just go to the jail and never try to come back out. And when he gets there, he's gonna be dealt with other men, right? That
Hmm.
hates what he did. So it's not to say that women um, are not subject to the same manner of punishment, but it is to say that sometimes they are still coddled in it. They still are protected by it. So that's what I'm trying to say. But it's going to take people like us to hold both parties, both genders,
Accountable.
to the same
Exactly.
standard of punishment. That's what
Hmm.
I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm gonna jump down, you guys. Thank you so much, my 2 cents, for letting me come up and
Okay.
help you. I just wanted to come and give you a huggy hug, because when
You,
I came in, I heard that she was, crying. I was like, wait a minute, I hope my sis okay. So I came in on the
yeah,
tail end of
that's
that.
why I was tired tonight of my 2 cents, but I saw you live and I said, you know what? It wouldn't
Yeah,
be
because
right.
she don't go
It
live
wouldn't be
like that.
right if I didn't come in your chat and say
Right.
hello and love on you a little bit. Um, but I am kind of tired. But what I am
Yeah.
gonna do the next time you go live, hopefully I know I'll be notified some type of way, and we
Yeah, I
come
think
out
I
and I
got
can
my
come and hang out
notifications
with you.
on.
Yeah, and we're gonna
Yeah.
hang. We're gonna just do a cookout right over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Love you,
so I
sis.
want you to know,
Love you too.
and I love you, TC. In my 2 cents, I read one of your comments on my platform. I thought somebody took your name and created a page and commented in my thing. So I'm thinking, who took my two
Look,
cents name and trying to drop a comment? You feel me?
what
So
happened with that? I walked off and I heard you talking because even if I'm not watching, I'm listening. And I heard
yeah,
you talking about somebody that been in there making threats to you, and then you called
yeah.
out the
Well,
name. I was like, wait a minute, he talking about me. Let me get back
yeah,
over
that
here.
was funny. Eat 'em up. Because
I was
I
like,
I
drop the
did
link,
address
drop the
one of the
link.
comments that I did report. Yours I didn't report. I just didn't understand. I thought somebody had dropped it and they said they were my 2 cents, but I thought it was a dude that did this, right? So I'm
Hmm.
thinking it's one of them dudes from over there. So, but somebody said that's my 2 cents. I
I saw
said,
break room. Break room was all capping. That's our my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. She did about 4 times, and I think somebody called you and
yeah.
told you that it was me.
Yeah, I'm thank God they did because I didn't know. I thought somebody hijacked your name. I'm like, hold on, I'm like, who else could be my 2 cents out here? So I thought somebody took your name and made a
Yeah,
comment in my comment and added extra because I think it was my 2 cents something with some
12,
numbers.
12:02.
That's why I thought it was somebody else
Yeah.
because I know you by my 2 cents.
Hmm.
I didn't know you by them numbers. So,
Mm-hmm.
so when I saw them numbers, I'm thinking somebody done got it. I was like, look, they think they gonna play me, but
Mm-hmm.
um, but I reread it and I seen exactly what you meant, but it
Yeah,
was
I didn't
crazy.
mean no harm. I was
No,
like,
you didn't. No, you
get your foot
didn't.
off her neck. She
No,
can't.
I was trying. Hey, I was still on them. You feel me? I was still
Yeah,
on them, but I think they done left me alone. Hopefully, I don't know, but if they didn't,
yeah,
I'm ready to go. I'm still ready for war. You know how I go.
yeah,
That's real talk. But no, you doing an excellent job, and I'm definitely gonna come back in your chats and get back on your panel. And let's. I know this is still you. It should be more people in here.
yeah.
Um,
I get it. I
talking
don't go
about this
live,
topic.
and
What
then
is your
yeah.
topic for for tonight? What did you go off of?
When karma, when your karma is behind closed doors, I should have put something else, but I can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, when your karma is behind closed doors.
Oh yeah, because of the hidden relationship that these two
Yeah,
are trying to. It's a facade, and I've been saying
yeah,
that. I've been saying that.
yeah.
I knew that she was buying her happiness. This is not authentic or by any means of anything.
It is
And
not.
you are absolutely right. You didn't need to rename it anything. It's just I think we just
People.
came off of Lupac's live.
Yeah, and I was in
Um,
there too.
yeah, and then I went live 3 days straight, which I never do, but it had to happen because it was some exposing that had to get to this place, right?
Yeah,
So we had to get to a place where we see things that everybody's been fighting for. 411's been Retta's been going hard for. So
she.
many of those warriors have been going hard, trying to uncover these bees and all of that stuff. So to them, they even felt funny even having somebody over here trying to tell us some things because they just developed. Hey, we don't like y'all and y'all don't like us, so that's what it is. So I feel them because I felt like, man, I don't ever want to see a bee over on my platform either because I don't go in their chats. But this was something different.
Yeah,
This was something completely different, and
yeah.
I felt like Ashley Gatlin needed a safe haven to express herself. You know, because
Hmm.
I saw what happened to Anna, and I didn't like it. I didn't like what happened to Anna. I haven't. We still don't know where Anna's at to this day.
Yeah, I really don't go live. I do my lives pre-recorded, but I
Hmm.
didn't feel like pre-recording one, so I'm just gonna go live because that thing touched my heart. If you were in my live earlier, if you were in my live earlier, then you know why. And I tried to come up this story when I was talking to my brother and his wife about because they knew I had gotten into this, and they were like, "Why are you in that mess?" And I was
Hmm.
like, "Because I got an opinion. I don't believe what she's saying, and um, I don't like commenting people comments and being combative, going back and forth with those bees." So I just put my 2 cents in because I have an opinion and I want to like let people know my side and how I feel about things. Anyway, I was telling them that I had gotten out of it, and I did a video to say I was backing away from it. And I told them about the children. They were like, "Why would you back out now? If you don't
Hmm.
do it for nobody else, do it for them kids. Get the word out for them kids."
Hmm.
Yeah.
And,
So
and I saw that video where you said you was going back away.
yeah.
And you weren't by yourself. It was so many other people. At that moment, I think that morning, Upper had experienced something, and she was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna do this anymore." Retta
Mhm.
was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna do this anymore."
Mhm.
And Amber was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna do this anymore." There's so many of them. Even
Mhm.
Ashley D. Everybody felt like maybe this is this they
When
just
I
had enough.
Ham, I'm gonna hold you a few more minutes. But when I saw Toya's video and she broke down and started crying about what her family is going through, just leave her
Mm-hmm.
family alone. I
Mm-hmm.
said, every video we put out, every live we have, that's taking people to her page, and that's what she wants. She wants the traction. So she's doing all of that to keep people coming to her page, which is going to keep their attention on what's going on, which is going to make them keep harassing that family. And I was like, I don't want to have no parts of them let the family get back to a normal life.
Right.
But then this happened.
And you see, but
Yeah.
that's why I was trying to tell everybody in Upper's Live. I said, don't give up, don't lose your fight, and don't get back down off your talking points, because at the end of the day, your platform is your platform. Um, is the we know what y'all have experienced, and we understand the confusion that went amongst our side too. Um, but at the end of the day, you don't have to back down until you're ready, until you know that, okay, let's move on. But as you can see, you know God causes us to triumph.
Mhm.
He gives us the victory.
Mhm.
If you and you can't get weary in well doing.
Mhm.
Because you gonna reap if you faint not. That's the word. So you got to find strength even when you don't want to go no more. So that's the word. And I felt like I'm on assignment, so I can't go until God releases me, and that's
Mhm.
just it. So I'm still on this story. I'm still gonna stand strong, still firm. I may not go as hard at the Beehive now, as far um as hard as I want to, because it seems like they're backing down. Like, now that this being revealed, they where can they go?
Mhm.
You're gonna keep coming for us. We're still here. We're trying to make sure that y'all back off this family and let this family have a life, be able to live. They've been dragging this family, dragging and slandering them, defaming them, causing friction between the siblings, all
Mhm.
of this stuff. And but we're here for a purpose, and I think everyone got to dig deeper,
Mhm.
look into yourself, and see if this was your child, this was your son, if this was your uncle, if this was your cousin, what would you want? You know,
I would
what
want
would
people fighting for them, and
There
I
you
would want,
go.
yeah. So that's one of the reasons I also got into it, because I have two sons, 137, no,
Hmm.
134 and 133. And I would not want nobody doing my child like that. I would fight tooth
Absolutely.
and nail. I wish a husband might, excuse my language, but I wish one might. I am very protective over all my children, my daughter and my son, and I've had to get his wife straight a couple of times about him.
Yeah, and that is the absolute truth. It has been always handled
Mhm.
our way. We normally don't ever have a cause to fight on social media over something like this. We either, if it's in our family, we try to speak our mind, make a phone call or two, and it be done, or get in somebody's face for a second and be
Mhm.
over with. But this right here, it's bigger than us. This is bigger than the Latruths. This is bigger than the
Mhm.
Wesleys. This is bigger than the Hamptons.
Mhm.
We realize we're fighting for women that just get away with this all the time, and there's nothing being done. Um, so um, men have been victims. Men have been in toxic relationships when they're not the aggressor. Um, this is just some things that we go through. And I want to say also, girl, you got a beautiful singing voice. I love your
Thank you.
voice.
Thank you.
I'm a musician. I can't sing, but I play for a lot of great singers, and you have a wonderful voice.
Thank you.
So
You know
keep
what?
going.
Let me
Hmm.
tell you what happened. Normally, if you sing or if you try to sing or think you can sing a little bit, that's
Hmm.
that's my passion. So whenever I'm bored, even like at work, if I'm not doing anything and I don't have a call, I'm singing. Whenever I'm not doing anything, I'm singing. So while I was waiting to record that live, I was singing, and when I went back and listened to it, I said, "Oh, it caught me singing." And I tried to edit it out and didn't know how to edit it out without
Oh, okay.
recording the whole thing over again. I was like, "Well, they're gonna have to hear it."
There you go. But see, look at how God worked. We all have some things that we do suppress, but I like my ex-wife, she sang, her whole family sang. Um Me and my son, that's all we do. We've been doing music for years, all since he was in diapers.
Mhm.
He played for everybody. I play for a lot of people. I've opened up for some of the greatest singers, and with my cousin. My cousin is a bad singer, which y'all gonna get to know him soon. He's an artist. a gospel singer. He's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much wear a lot of hats, a musician,
Mm-hmm.
everything. But you you don't let you when I tell you you can sing, you doing it, girl. Um, so
I
just you,
actually,
yeah.
Dham, I have like music out on the streaming platforms.
Oh, do you?
I do, and I would love to tell you all how to find me, but I just don't want them problems with them folks.
No, 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 no. You keep it to yourself until it's time.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, keep it to yourself until it's time, but don't. But keep doing your running your platform uniquely as you can do it, because we all different, and
Yeah.
that's that's the beauty in it. We all have a something that we're bringing to the table, and a
Hmm.
different style and a different uniqueness. So, God honors that, and I can tell you that you just opened up a whole nother lane with your ability to sing, and now you're doing a YouTube platform. You never know what the combination of that's going to be for you.
Yeah. I whatever God has in store,
Okay.
whatever God has in store. I
Okay, I know some producers now. I got some people now.
okay, I hear you. I
Okay.
I was trying to see if you had a Instagram to see
I
if I
just
could.
started an Instagram that I'm going to be linking with my show. Um, but I don't know how to work Instagram yet. But my son just created one for me.
Hello, Fluffy T Cat. You want me to play some of my music?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me go to my Instagram. Let me see. Let me see.
I'm gonna play. They want me to play something.
Okay.
Do you mind if I play a sampler, a little tidbit of a song?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me find it. Go to Spotify. Give me a second. Let me pull up something. Okay. Y'all give me a minute to pull up something. Get my charger back in my computer. Okay. I'm just going to play a little piece of it because I don't want nobody to be able to figure out who it is. Let's see. Dismiss. I'll go with this one. I'm going to do this one. I wrote this song when my husband died,
Mm-hmm.
and it has very sentimental value. If I can get it to play now.
Hey, Cree, it's me. Was Bill
Hey,
with it?
Chris, me. If I can get it. Y'all can hear.
I can hear it.
here with me. It's just the little things that I miss the most when you're not here with me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's it, girl.
Thank you.
That's it. You a
Hey,
beautiful
Ebony.
voice. You can tell. You can tell. You got it. So I can't wait to hear more. That's a fact. So I'm gonna get y'all my Instagram. I just gotta figure out how to copy the link or whatever. Um
Okay.
yeah, so y'all can go and follow me on Instagram.
Okay. I will surely follow you once you do. Um, I
Okay.
hope I didn't drop too much where those bees be able to start harassing me.
No, girl, you good. You good. Ain't no. I think they about done with all that. We still. I'm hoping because we've been on it. What this last information was very hard. To swallow.
Yeah.
Everything that they've been doing and covering up is just amazing. To even understand that there's you know all of them can be taken down with just something, a drop of information, if we all knew exactly what it was. But we know that they've been doing some things underhanded, and now we just got to sit back and just stay, stand our ground. That's it. That's it. Stand our ground.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep. Yep. But hopefully I know what's her name? Break Room. She raps.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You got producers and you play
yeah,
instruments.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We got talent in this on this side, y'all. We got some talent, so that's good to know. Break room. So let's get it. I'm like I said, I'm open. You know, I'm open. I'm open. My son, he does beats and stuff now. He's trying to produce and learn how to produce and all of that. So we just very talented over here too. So whatever y'all need, whatever y'all want to do, y'all reach out.
Alrighty. That'll work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate y'all having me on the platform. All right, I'm gonna gotta get ready to slide. I see Jaffe them finally went live, so I'm gonna see if I can slide over there and try to get to bed. But I
Okay.
appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for having me. And my 2 cents, I'm coming back. All right.
Okay. I appreciate
Okay.
that.
All right. No doubt.
Okay, Break Room, you know it's all love, girl. I was in your live that night you were playing your music. Okay, Fluffy T Cat. So you're a musician, composer, and arranger. Okay. Break Room, are you gonna go live? Okay, you got where you from, Fluffy T Cat? Ebony, who is Bree? New York City. Okay, you way up north. Films, video games, and TV. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be over there. Um, Give me just a minute. You all, yeah, but that thing with those babies that bothered me. Um, because of personal reasons and a family member that I actually didn't open my mouth about to the right people, and he died. And when they said that that baby was getting abused, that just touched my heart, and I actually cried a few tears that night. The first time I heard it, I cried some tears, and It bothered me, especially seeing how she hadn't acknowledged it and still trying to put up this persona like everything is peachy keen and she has not a bother in the world. At some point, you're supposed to put those kids first. Hey, Renetta, thank you. Burnett, I'm sorry. Hey, Burnett, thank you. Thank you, Hercules. And thank you all for the super chats, Hercules and where it at? Where it at? Where it at? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I thank you in the chat, but I gotta find it again. I like to give people thank you, Rosinette and Mel MCC. Thank you. Anybody else want to come up here? Do you all know of anybody that do you have a SoundCloud file? I don't. I don't. I don't know. I might. I don't. I don't think so. I don't think so. If you send me your email, I can send you some links. This is how we roll. I wouldn't even know how to start doing that on Fluffy T Cat because I have a manager that does all that part. So I wouldn't even know how to begin to do that. Okay. Ebony, this is how we roll. I'm reading the comments, y'all. I missed a lot of them when D-Ham and Chronicles was up here. Okay, I'll look that up. Wasn't that a flipping? Yeah, somebody should write somebody should write a script and sell it. Make the characters fictional. And I did see this. I acknowledge this comment. Shara's True Life. I acknowledge the comment. Hey, Miss Sexy Ray. I think I spoke to Black Panther. If I didn't, hi. Yep. Y'all, I gotta. Hey, Lisa Smith. They really do, and it amazes me how these people, how these grown behind ass women how these grown women can sit back and, hey sis,
Hey, love.
I didn't see you. It amazes me how these grown 50 and 60-year-old women can sit back and they got to know that something ain't right with that girl, but they can sit back and idolize and worship her and hear stories about these kids being abused and still idolize and worship her. At what point y'all gonna get y'all head out her ass and somebody's gonna think about those babies?
Mm, mm, mm.
That just irked me because she has beautiful kids, and I don't know. I'm gonna start crying again. Let me stop.
Well, don't cry. I wanted to come up here just for a hot second because I'm getting ready to go live myself soon. But I wanted to come up here and just say your heart is so beautiful and it's so genuine. And a lot of us that may not be on the panels at the time, we our hearts are heavy about this thing. I think we all can agree that this is just very disheartening. I've been going through my own sets of emotions myself. I go from like you know, as angry as one could be without it necessarily being your exact life, you know, directly to your own life or whatever, it's very upsetting. It's very
Mm-hmm.
sad. One thing stuck out with me. If you don't mind, I'm going to mention this on my live because your story, it needed to be heard. And I always seem to jump into chats. Like, believe it or not, y'all, y'all know that term bushwatching that people use around here, whatever, when they're not in the chat but they just watching. Well, I don't bushwatch people who I actually like. As soon as I arrive to most of y'all chats, I start chatting or whatever. And so I always come in to different chats at interesting times, and I came in on yours right when you was telling your story, and I'm like, wow, what my 2 cents is saying is exactly what I was experiencing yesterday before Kevin came up on my live. I'm like, yo, where is the protection of the kids, and when is waiting too long? You know what I mean? Like, when do we step in, like, and to me, with you telling your story, it just confirmed in my heart that, like, hey, what if this is not a joke? What if it's not something being told just to have a rumor going around? What if this stuff is true? What if this man is not who, you know, he's been perceived to being? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, what is that going to do for our hearts if we care this much right now? Imagine, God forbid, something goes wrong. We are all going to be filled with devastation. This is it, and that is all. We're going to be devastated. So, right now, I feel in a place where it's like I'm stuck between prayer and wanting to like shout it out, like, hey guys, we got to do something. But I think mm, it's mind boggling because I feel like the people on the outside looking in cares more than the people that's on the damn inside. And that's bothering me as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
the people closest to the matter, I'm needing somebody to step in the line for these kids. Like, it's people closer to it than we are that can possibly do more or even do things quicker than we can. And I'm just like, even if whether it's somebody making up something or if it's the truth, I feel like it's worth looking into, not just blogging about. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing that gets me. And your story is just confirmation on that. And I need people to look beyond the smiles, look beyond the vacations, look beyond just when the camera is on. Because trust and believe me, y'all, don't be fooled. The camera rarely is going to be cut on during bad times, rough times, when somebody getting hollered at, screamed at, or this, that, and the third. It's usually going to be cut on when people are out for ice cream, skating, you know, dancing around and all of this stuff. But when them cameras go off, you know, we can't forget what could be when the cameras go off. And I encourage you, my 2 cents, to just stay who you are. I know you're going to do that without me having to say it. I think you are a beautiful, wonderful, wonderful soul. Your genuinity is just unmatched. And thank you for sharing with us today. I love you, sis. I'm going to drop down. I love you,
Okay.
baby girl.
Okay, love you too.
But y'all out there, stay encouraged now, and don't take your eye off what needs to count here. That's it. That's all.
Okay. Ebony. 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 Put something in the chat if you're still in here, Ebony. Come up here for a second. I gotta ask you something. I want to hear your response. Hey,
Hey, my 2 cent. Hello, everyone.
um, what happened today? You know, I be at work, and when I got off work, I had to come straight here.
Um, just what
Just what?
we heard, you know, that happened yesterday
Okay, nothing.
um from Ashley, But I just feel
Thank you,
really
Lisa.
bad. I feel really bad for the children, because the thing is like at the end of the day, I've said a lot of times, I don't want anyone to end up getting hurt behind any of this. And we don't know if this is true or not. But what if it is? And because of what we heard that took place, that there can be an emergency removal of those children from the home where they don't have to wait on the courts or anything like that. Something like that, you can call DSS. You can call anonymously, or you know Robert, you know,
Mm-hmm.
can call, tell them what has been transpired, what he was told, that he feel like the children life is in danger. Tell what's going on with Brianna, and that he is requesting an emergency removal.
Mm-hmm.
DHS will come that day to that home. They won't give Brianna any type of heads up or anything like that. They will come to the home that day and remove those kids and
Mm-hmm.
figure out everything later on, because they'll do their investigation afterwards. They don't do their investigation and then remove the kids,
Mm-hmm.
because their main concern are the children.
The children's safety.
Yeah, the
I
children's safety. And when
we,
they remove the kids, they'll give them to the next of kin, and they will have to be split up, unfortunately. Um, Robert, since he's the next of kin of his daughter, he would get her. Um, the father of the other three kids, he would get those three children.
okay, you heard what the father said, and
Um,
this is where I am with that.
what did he
They
say?
Okay, somebody said that the father said that the kids were in good hands or something to that effect, that they were fine or whatever. My thing is, and I agree with I heard somebody say it on another panel earlier today. That man has a wife and other kids. He's too afraid to go and find out what's going on because he's afraid that he's going to have to get three more kids and three more mouths to feed, and he's on free payroll. I think that um, what happened?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay.
I can.
Mm-hmm.
Le- Lisa, I dropped it again. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I think that he should care enough to even look into it. I don't care if you are in North Carolina. Ain't no place too far for you to go and see about your child and the well-being of your child. It's not like she's gonna say, "Well, yeah, he did hit him one time," or "Yeah, he hit him." She's gonna cover that mess up. She has an image to uphold, and by her covering it up, and he knows how she lied on him, so he knows she's a liar. So
Mm-hmm.
what would make him take her word that everything's okay, knowing that she's a liar? And then it's his kids that's involved in it. So I think that if something happens to those kids, he should be held accountable too, because he had a warning and don't care enough to go and see about how his kids are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yes,
what I
it
think.
yeah, because at least if they do that, the kids would be removed
Mhm.
and they will give them, each dad temporary custody because they're the next of kin.
Would he
Um
take them? That's the thing. Would he take his kids? Because he's acting so nonchalant about somebody saying a grown man punched your kid in the chest.
then they would then if he wouldn't take them, they would see if another family member would take them. Um and then if not that, unfortunately, the kids would go to um
Foster care.
yeah, until they do their investigation. And if they do their investigation and it turns out to be false, then the kids will go right back to Brianna. But if they do their investigation and it's true, then they would get permanent custody. But at least, even if they do their investigation and they find out that it's false, at least they will have a clear conscience that
Mhm.
they did do something,
Mhm.
because they're going to the DHS will question the kids once they're removed from the home. They'll separate the kids, make them feel really, really comfortable, and
Mhm.
then ask them questions. And I got this information from someone that actually knows how this goes. So this is not nothing that I'm guessing.
Mhm. Chris me said I work in public defense and I've seen a lot of abuse on children and not all have survived. It
Yeah.
it I agree with you, Hercules Brown. That is her deflection.
Hi, ladies in the chat. How you doing?
Hey
On the
Lisa, hi.
panel. How you doing, Miss Two Sons? How are you?
Hey, Miss Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
I, d-
Hi.
I don't know what happened with my 2 cents. I think she kicked herself out by mistake. So
Yeah, she'll be back. You
yeah,
know, it's just this is how you doing, Miss Two Sons. It my
Hey,
thing is this is my whole thing. Even everything had to be exposed, because God is moving, and
Mhm.
they just can't understand what's happening. But my
Mhm.
thing is, as a d- domestic abuse survivor, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was so much in tears that I couldn't even get on no panel because it was very triggering. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I
Mhm.
thank God for the young lady that told a little bit of the story. But
Mhm.
right now, you need to swing. And when I say that bat with that ball, it's time to lay it all out. Not just that, everything. But I know she's trying to take steps and measures, and I get it.
Mhm.
But my thing is with the father, that baby father, how are you making a phone call to talk to your son? If it was me, plane, train, bus, skip, jump, Uber,
Exactly.
get your ass there to see if
Exactly.
there's marks on your child. And with all of them coaching, they came up
Exactly.
with that story. And you are no good father at the end of the day because all this time will pass. You know that man ain't good. You know that man in that house ain't good. But I blame
Exactly.
her totally because your mama ain't nobody gonna put their hands on my little child, middle child, grown child, adult child. I got
Mhm.
sons. I lost two, and I have two here. And let me hear somebody, young lady, going against my children.
Mhm.
I'm going to war,
And
straight
that's
up
how
down.
I feel that way about mine.
Grown, I'll feel about my kids
Yep.
because they
I,
men and
yep.
our daughters. We got to save our children.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
this is what bothered me. What if he punched that child in a way that he could have caved his chest in and killed unlived him? Then what you
Mhm.
talking about now?
Exactly.
That's why I'm so
But
disgusted with her.
she is so she is so caught up on keeping this image. She done put it out there that she in the perfect relationship. God sent me this man.
Oh,
She's
please.
gotten all that put out there. So she don't want the truth to come out about
Mm,
how toxic that relationship really is.
right.
And every relationship she be in is gonna be toxic because she's a toxic woman.
And I get it. We women, we get in relationships. We get in bad, good, or ugly. But you got to make that decision that even if you have your children, children come first. Like with me, with DV, I was 7 months pregnant. I was pushed out of a window.
Oh,
Okay. I was left with 58 stitches in my left arm.
oh Lord.
And I moved from New York to Virginia with him. I said, oh, everything gonna be all right. It changed the game when I got there.
Mhm.
They don't change. They don't change.
They
And
don't.
what she manifested, no, the lowest form that a man could do is spit on you. So I don't know
Mhm.
how she's dealing with that. But this is your karma, young lady.
Mhm.
You manifested all of this because what you tried to do to your own husband. Now the difference is your husband kept those kids nice, haircut, dressed up.
Mhm.
He taught them how
Mhm.
to read, homework, cook with them, spend time with them, and took you out to eat as well as a family. And
Mhm.
everything that you're doing, you're mimicking everything you did with your husband.
Yep.
Make it
And
make
then
sense.
Latruth had one-on-one dates with those kids. He spent like
Yes.
bonding time with each one of those kids. He did a lot, and you can tell the difference in this relationship now and the one that they're with her and Latruth. And I know she
Mhm.
missed it because she tried, like you say, she tries to mimic everything she and Latruth did down to the skits.
There's no way I'm doing the Soul Train line like
Every
I
it,
did with my husband. What you did with your husband, that was beautiful. Because it was real. This
yeah,
ain't real
yep,
at all.
yep,
And you still married at the end of the day. So that's not going to be blessed anyway. It's a bunch of mess that's blessed right now.
exactly.
Right. Absolutely.
Yep.
With them kids, no, I'll go to war for mine. And I know y'all would too. And listen, listen, listen. I'm from New York, Harlem. I'm
Mhm.
originally from Brooklyn, but I live in Harlem now. I ain't playing that type of game. I want to see how my son looks. If
Mhm.
that was a situation, I'm going to see. I ain't gonna make no phone call. I'm doing a pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Pop up. How you doing? Where's my
That's
grandson or wherever? That I mean, that's what I would be. Where's my son? And
exactly
let
exactly.
me see how he looking.
And she loves to say that her kids went to school and told the teachers about Robert. Why they ain't going to school telling the teachers about this man beating them?
Mm-mm. It's
Yeah.
sad because she's allowing that, and you can tell he doesn't really because he's a boy himself. So what
Mm-hmm.
can he really teach them? My red flag with him is when he went in the baby
Lauren's
girl's
room.
room.
Yeah,
That would have
Yeah.
been it for him. It wouldn't this charade wouldn't have been going on for no whole year because I would have been in there about my grandbaby or my, you know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
mm-hmm.
But you inviting strangers, strange men.
And two,
You said you went through something like that. So even going through that, that wouldn't say, let me protect my children.
exactly, exactly. This guy, he does not care about her. I don't care how much she try to say that he
Mm-mm.
was sent from God. Any respectable man is not gonna grope on the child's mother in front of the child. You got
And,
impress
Exactly.
impressionable boys.
Hmm.
and
You
God
have.
not gonna send
Thank
a
you, son.
married woman, a man.
Exactly.
Hmm.
She gives God credit for stuff that Satan's doing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Let me get a little transparent with you. This is a situation happened a couple of years ago with my son, and I was in a relationship, and this man, as long as we've been together, he wanted to fight my son.
Mhm.
Girl, I left for the day. I'm in Burlington shopping. He calls me.
Mhm.
Listen, you better get here because your son, he getting in my face. I said, my child? I said, okay, I left everything on the register. I told the lady, I'll be back. I knew I wasn't coming back. I
Mhm.
got in the cab,
Mhm.
got here. He's standing in the hallway with his Timberlands on, with a t-shirt on, gonna fight my son. Now, I don't agree with domestic violence, but jumped on that nigga so quick.
You were supposed to.
I jumped on him so quick. I just forgot who he was. Now I had to think because I had my two sons here. They would
Mhm.
have rocked this nigga straight like that.
Mhm.
And I said, that's it. Goodbye. And they were my son was like 18 at the time. He's 24 now. But at that time, yeah. So that bothers me that there's a lot of women out here like that though. In for a dingaling, they'd rather have the dingaling than don't sacrificial their children. What we doing out here? This is how
Mhm.
you living? And these women, we got to wake up. It's not a game out here. These niggas is paying for keeps. And we on this story because we have young black brothers, uncles, god kids, all of that. This is what we've been fighting for. And you out here lying like this girl.
Mhm.
She's sick. She need to go get leveled because she got multiple personalities going on. She has narcissistic traits, straight up. She's dangerous. She's unpredictable.
Very.
She's unhinged. And
Especially.
she let people that side, they do all the talking for her.
Mhm.
She don't have her own mind.
Mhm.
And
And
don't get me wrong, she's a beautiful woman, but you tarnish inside. Your
mhm.
outside matches your inside. So all that beauty don't mean nothing to me because there's a lot of beautiful natural women walking around in the world today that don't need to act like that.
Exactly. I think she's holding on to Janelle so bad, so hard, because
Yeah,
she knows the way she's put herself out there and what she's shown the world is
yeah,
a person that a respectable man is not going to look at twice.
right.
Any man that's seen her and seen how she carries on the internet, they're not going to look at her. So I think Janelle or anybody like Janelle is going to be the best that she can get because a
Hmm.
man is not going
Hmm.
to want her because number one, they know every aspect of their life is going to be recorded. And if anything goes wrong, it's going to be put on social media.
Hmm.
Number two, if they leave her, she's going to put out lies on them. She's done it
Right.
twice with her, but with both of her children's father. I don't believe that man had no gun and put pit
I
bulls
don't
on her
believe that
children.
story neither.
But
Me neither.
I don't believe any of the stuff she said about Robert. So that's a habit of hers. When they break up, she goes
Hmm.
into toxic mode. And like when she and Janelle broke up that one time, she was like, getting Beehive and started they started going in on him. When he had that thing with Pretty
Hmm.
Bree, she sent Pretty Bree a text talking about sent him a text getting on him about Bree, and on that text she talking about he got a little you know what. So that's just a
Hmm.
habit of hers, and she repeats the same
Yeah.
patterns with every man. So
Yeah.
no man is gonna sign up for that.
Mm-mm.
I don't care how pretty she is. I don't care how fine she is
Me
or
neither.
whatever. Ain't no man gonna put up with that, and they're not gonna sign up for that.
This is why I tell people, if you don't heal from certain situations, you're gonna go from one door to the next one to the next one, and it's just gonna be. And the sad part is, she's doing this with her children. Now, if you by yourself and you want to live freely like that, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Don't drag them into that. Doesn't
Exactly.
look good.
It does
Everybody,
not.
all the kids, you get a father, you get a father, you get a father. You got your kids calling every man you meet. That's their
Exactly.
fathers.
And I put a comment in
Oh my
somebody's
God.
on somebody's post one time. If you think about it, she and Robert, okay, she and Robert had been broken up. Um, I mean, had been broken up for a year just last month or October. And
Right,
if you think about it, so they were calling Robert daddy.
right.
Then they was around their daddy this summer. They calling him daddy. And they had a video out what they called Janelle dad. I was, well, damn, them babies done had three daddies in 1 year.
Exactly.
That's not healthy for those babies.
Mm-mm.
Every man you meet, you have them calling them daddy.
Cause she's not. She don't even know who she is at this point in time. She don't know who Brianna is,
She
and
doesn't.
you don't know who you are. So just like I said, I wouldn't say as a DV survivor like she deserved that. No, no woman deserved that. You didn't deserve to be spit on. But the part of your karma is what you portrayed with your own husband, which that didn't happen. This
Mm-hmm.
is really happening to you, allegedly. I don't know. But when it
People,
comes, I believe that young lady still,
I do
because
too.
she's too detailed with what the information she shared. That's what
And
I'll
that
say with
young
that.
lady said on one of her panel appearances, she said she don't care what they tell on her. She already accepted her whatever's gonna happen to her because she did wrong. So she accepted um what you call that, accountability for her part in
Right,
everything. So she
right.
told what she went into some. She told that she had her hands in it too. So what reason does she have to lie on them? If she would have
Right.
came out saying she didn't do nothing wrong, but telling everything they did, then it would have been questionable. But she put out there that she did something too, and she may get in trouble. So
Now,
what reason does she have to lie on them?
now this is my question. She got involved with that. Why did you get involved with it? Number one. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe if they didn't say nothing, she wouldn't have revealed anything. You understand? And now that Brianna threw her under the bus, the train, the rocks, and everything, and now the story's coming out, it's like before all of this, you didn't see behaviors that she was doing out here. That just asking. You had to see some kind of behavior because someone can't act like that. And I say, you know what? Let me join there because I want to see because they acting up. Let me get involved. That's where I'm saying where you didn't really know her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That part really troubled me. But like I said, to hear her story, I told her it's good that you told your story. But that's where I was at. Like, how did you get involved with that?
Mm-hmm.
How? That's my thing.
Yep. She said she was over some page at first and she would do like the memes and the jokes and joke on people, but all that other stuff she didn't take part in, but she said she did do a lot of jokes on the content creators and she did make a lot of memes and she told
And
us
she
which.
made phone calls at the hospital.
Yeah, she said oh well she did that one too. But
Mm.
I
That part. I
I
don't get it.
she was trying to be her friend. But
Hmm.
if I have to be your friend by being evil and doing stuff like that to people, I don't want to have no parts of you. If that's what you
That
expect
part.
of me, in order for me
Yes.
to be a friend to you, then I
Right.
don't need your friendship.
Exactly.
And on top of that, why would I want to be friends with you? And I see how you discard everybody that tries to get close to you and that has your back. When you through with them, you discard them like garbage.
Right, because she got rid of her other friends. So she was Chucky girl. the other girl, they were friends. So what
Mhm.
happened? So that's what
Mhm.
I'm saying. Did you see any of that? That should have gave you a red flag. Like, wow, she don't really have too much friends, and I guess she was just trying to be her friend. I don't
Mhm.
understand it. I will never understand it, and I'm just saying that no one can just draw me in. Listen, I observe shit
I do
straight up.
too. I sit back and I'm what they call an introvert. I look and I feel things and feel people out,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't say a lot. I guess I really don't say a lot. I sit back and observe, and I observe like with when all that stuff was going on last week. I
hmm
didn't get involved in it. I sat back and looked, and I realized that a lot of it was hearsay. People going back telling this one this, so
yeah,
they defending
yeah.
themselves. Somebody else going back telling. A lot of
It's
it was
too much
hearsay.
going on. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I get you. I just, like I said, it's like everybody was in shock yesterday.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
triggered, shocked, sad. Like it's like we lost the best friend. That's what it felt like. But
Mhm,
what it felt like to me because I went to school for early childhood development to hear about a child
mhm.
being hit, and I don't care if it's the father. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because even
exactly.
with the fathers, their own fathers, they get out of hand too. And I really think that that shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because you punching him, you could have hit him the wrong way. I have
Absolutely.
I have a friend like that now, but
Mhm.
I don't speak to her. But at that time, she already had kids, two
Mhm.
kids, and then when she met this guy, he put hands on her son, and I told her, "You comfortable with that?" She was like, "Well, it's only that time." I said, "It shouldn't be no time." What you
Mhm.
mean? And that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. I'm the kind of friend I'm gonna say something, girl. If you don't get that together, I'm gonna be making that phone call. I,
Mm-hmm.
that's the type of person I am. The friend I would be. And if
Mhm.
I'm seeing it too many times, we gotta have a conversation about that.
Exactly.
Because each day those children remain in that home
Right.
is a day of their lives could be impossible, in danger.
Mhm.
They
Exactly.
are in danger.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
you find out first and then ask the question later.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Because Janelle, I'm not going to say his name, but he is a grown man.
Mhm.
And hitting a small child,
Right.
like the young lady Miss Lisa said, he can hit him in the wrong way and
Mhm.
crack bones, cave
Mhm.
his chest in, or anything like that. And God
Exactly.
forbid if he's doing anything else to any of the other children.
Right.
Mhm.
But
And
you displaying that you don't like my kids because you put your hand on my child. You don't like my kid. Oh, well, a
Is-
pair of fucking sneakers. You can't be serious, nigga.
But I wonder which kid is she talking about because when they were at that thing playing basketball, the energy was off between
Oh yes, yes.
that young man and Janelle.
I
Janelle,
think it
well,
was
the
Josh.
guy, he did
Right.
not acknowledge that baby. He
He didn't. He was. I said that too because it just was off. Like
Hmm?
most guys interact with a young boy. They like basketball, so you could have been like, "Yo, here, man, take a shot. Yeah, you take a shot." He ain't
Mhm.
doing that, and she made him more important than her kid.
If I'm not mistaken, she said it was Josh. Um,
Okay,
Mm,
which one is that?
that's the youngest. That's the oldest son.
yeah. Isn't that you
He's
can,
the oldest.
yeah.
Yeah, the
What
oldest
happened?
son. Hmm
And he,
Oh,
if
okay.
you see him, he's very, he's not, he's very thin, he's a small, size young man.
hmm
And, you know, he's not frail, but he's thin. And Janelle is a grown man. And
Yes,
hit him
yes.
with a fist, beating him in the chest, that
Hmm.
could absolutely
Didn't
um
it say
Yes.
until he
have a
started
hint.
crying? Did she say until he started crying?
Um,
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm not sure about that part, but
I don't
um,
want to put
it-
words in her mouth.
yeah, and until
Right.
he start crying, but like we see this happen
All
to
the time.
kids every day, and people know that this is being done, and by the time someone speaks up, it's
Mm-hmm.
too late, or they know that it's happening, and they don't do anything, because when um DSS come in there, they're removing those kids that
Yeah.
day,
Mm-hmm.
immediately.
They do
Immediately.
their investigations, and if everything pans out, they'll let them go back.
Yes, you don't have to
I
wait
still
on
think they
court.
should investigate. I still think they should investigate.
Yeah, they're
I don't
gonna
care what that
investigate.
father said. They
And
should.
This
some of
kid,
those lives that I watched, I saw people in this chat saying they were gonna call CPS.
Hmm.
yeah, and they're gonna come and they're gonna remove those kids immediately.
Yeah.
This whenever they come the same day, because by this being so urgent, and this is considered an emergency, because those kids are in harm, they're in danger. They're
Yeah.
gonna come and remove those kids, and there's nothing gonna Brianna can do at all.
Yeah. And that's the part that every some people on other sides are like more or less, oh, I think the kids should stay there. No. All right. This is my thing. Nobody ever want nobody to take nobody kids.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. But this is on the it's alleged. Young lady said it. So it still should be investigated. And you, as a punk ass father that you are, that you didn't even travel to come and see about your son and had that man to man conversation with homeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, listen, listen, you can say what you want. Don't put your hands on my son ever. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You talking
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
him over the phone. What does that prove? That proves that
Nothing.
you are a cowardly father.
And you know he's scary. You know
Yeah,
he's
Yeah,
scary. He was talking all with his outside voice when he was in that house, but when he went outside and got outside that door, he used an inside voice, whispering.
right,
and he can go get his kids and take them out to eat, sit down, and ask them questions.
right.
If
Like
that would,
Robert used to do.
yeah,
Hmm.
Get them out, get him out from around them and talk to his
yep,
child because he's being coached right now. If they asking him anything, he's been coached and probably
Yeah,
threatened.
yes,
right.
But when you get a child away from its abuser, a child will talk.
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
that's what CPS will do. They're gonna remove those kids immediately. They're gonna take them to the next of kin, and then they're gonna I don't know where the conversation will be held, but they're gonna take them kids somewhere, make them feel very, very comfortable, and they're gonna talk to the children away from the parent.
Yeah. And nobody gonna
Um,
give up on them call or not. He needs to be talked to find really out what really happened.
yeah.
Because that girl
Sahara
ain't lying.
Sahara
There's
True
no
Life
truth to that.
said, "Why was he so comfortable hitting that child?"
Right. That part. I'd have took his head off.
She had all that negative energy and want to do something with Kevin. But this nigga, excuse me, this man hitting your child in the fist in the chest with his fist. Where was that energy you had for Kevin with Janet with this dude?
Right, right.
You telling Kevin do something, do something. No, not one Kevin. She told
Um,
Kevin to
Robert,
run up. She telling
Robert.
Robert do something, do something. Why she didn't have that same energy when it came to protecting her child?
Hmm.
See, she know Robert wasn't gonna do anything. That was
Right,
because she know he's not an abuser.
Mm-hmm.
But see,
right.
Jotnell is a different case, and God
Mm-hmm.
forbid if you know, not you know if it's not true, but by us not knowing, it still needs to be investigated.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I agree.
And you do not have to wait on a court appearance or a hearing in court or anything like that. That will come
Hmm.
later on down the line, because they're not going to go to court and find out why the kids are still at home, because they don't know. They're going to remove the kids
And they'll
Mm-hmm.
go to
immediately.
the school too.
And yes, they sure will. And
Mm-hmm.
then they'll do their investigation. They'll get the kids out of the home, put them in a safe place, do their investigation, and then find out what the truth is.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And either threaten, like, say to her, listen, you can do whatever you want to do in your crib, but as long as these kids in here, they're not coming back in here. Straight like that. And that's how you have to be with her and walk off like she's let her stand there looking stupid. You
Yeah.
couldn't even have a chance to explain nothing because that's not their father. Father,
Yeah.
regular, it don't matter. You still made a choice because he could have really seriously hurt your son. And could you have lived with that, girl? Could you have really lived with that?
Mm-mm.
A man's strength is triple a size. A woman can't beat no man. I mean, even though there's some women out here beating on men, but no, you physically can't do that. Come on. What we doing? We gotta this has to end, and it's the kids that I'm worried about. I'm not even too worried about her because she manifested all of this.
I'm
You
wondering,
plotting over DV, like
as a granddad, as a grandparent, and as
that too.
I know he watches what goes on I guess he does. But why does he allow that? Why do,
Exactly.
as a parent, why don't he sit his daughter down and tell her she's doing too much? He be in the background co-signing this crap. If that was
Mhm.
if that was me, my parents would disown me if I
Exactly.
didn't stop that. When I first told my brother and them I was covering this story, they was mad.
Hmm. Yeah, it's horrible that you lying on somebody. You lying on your
Exactly.
husband. Because when you look at his pictures, you look at the time he had with those kids, everything. I don't know. Where's the abuse at, girl? But you going through it. Not that I wish that for you, but this is your hands. You cause for your hands for this. You did that.
Yep. Yep.
I don't condone that. No, no, not with the abuse thing. But girl, if you don't stop, what's going to happen? They're going to remove those kids,
Mhm.
and you're going to be sitting in an empty house or sitting in the house with this fool,
Mhm.
and your kids are not there. And the reason why that father he is like, I feel like he's like, oh well, she's out of my ear. I ain't got to deal with it. I can just make a phone call. I
Mhm.
think he don't even want his kids to interfere with what he got going on. You feel me?
Exactly. Yep.
Like, oh no, she ain't bringing these kids here on me. I don't want that on me. That's probably why he came up with the story he came up with.
Yep.
That's what I believe.
I do too. He don't think he want to be no full-time dad to
Mm-mm,
all of those
mm-mm.
kids.
Because I believe he has two other teenage children.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, him and he's married, and they have two other children, teenage, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, one is he has a daughter and another son.
Mm,
But
hmm.
I wouldn't care if I would have to bring three more mouths into the household. They are
That's
my
right. Those are
children.
your kids.
Those are my
Yeah.
kids.
Your kids.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hmm. Make it work. You ain't got no choice in the matter.
Yeah, a phone call wouldn't be enough for me. I
It would
would
not.
have to go over there, check things out. Then I would take the kids for a ride. Say, come on, y'all, let's go out and, grab a bite to
Hmm.
eat,
Hmm.
and then talk to my children.
Because who's to say that they were not being coached?
Right. I believe they were being coached.
or just scared. They
Yeah,
they may be
scared.
scared to
Yep.
death because they know
Yeah.
if they say the wrong thing on the phone, when they hang up their phone, they make it beat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
That's true.
almost like, they gonna do DV too.
Yeah, you
They
know.
being traumatized.
Yeah. I was I don't know if you were you how long you been in here, Lisa? Did you come in the beginning?
No. Uh-uh.
Mm.
I
I
was
was
on Joffrey's lap for like 2 seconds. I was dying laughing, but then, you know, I wanted to come and speak with you.
okay. I was telling people about the reason I jumped back into this because I put out a video a live yesterday saying I was done with it, but my conviction would not let me be done with it. And then my brother and my sister-in-law and some more people that I talked to outside of this saga, they was like, "You already started, and you need to see it through, especially if kids involved."
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
prayed about it and I made an announcement today I was going to go live on it. But what made me really jump back into it is guilt because I was somebody that felt like a child was getting abused. I asked the
Yeah.
mother, it was my little cousin. I asked the mother about it and because I noticed that every time the boyfriend would come around, that baby would tense up, pee on himself. When his mother would come around, because they was living in she was living in the house with her boyfriend and his mother. When the mother would come around, that baby would tense up and grab his mom around the leg, sort of like that baby did on one of Brianna videos when Janelle came in the room.
Yeah. Hmm.
But that baby would do that. So I called her and I said, "Are they doing something to that child? Are they beating on your child or abusing your child?" She was like, "No, I wouldn't play that. I wish they might put up this big front like." If they did, she would be in jail. So I was like, okay,
Right. Right.
that
Okay.
didn't sit well with me. I went to her mother, my cousin's mother. And I said, I don't think something is right. You need to check on your grandchild. She only had one at the time and she was pregnant. And I
Wow.
said, you need to check on your grandchild because he acts real nervous when they come around. He can be playing. When they come around, he get up and leave whatever toy he has and runs to his mom. And I said, that's not normal. That shows
Right.
something is not right. And she was like, I'll be over there. He's all right. He just shy and whatever. I said, okay. So I was like, well, maybe it's me, but it did not leave my mind that something was not right. And after about 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, her mom called me screaming in the phone. Um, they found Brandon dead in the bed, sleep this morning, and he had third-degree burns all over the bottom of his
Oh my
body.
God. Mm.
And I asked her what happened. She was upset. So when she told me what happened, when I found out what happened later, it was on the news because the grandmother was too upset to talk about it. They
Right.
had the baby peed the bed. He was 5. Yeah, he was too old to pee the bed. But trauma will cause a child to piss in the bed,
Yeah.
excuse my language.
Yeah. Hmm.
He peed in the bed. They staying at the boy's mother house. She's upset because this grown ass little boy done pissed in my bed. She said,
Right.
run some hot ass water and give his piss ass a bath. They ran the water. They boiled some more water on top of just filling the tub up with just hot water. They
Oh.
boiled some more water and added it to it and put that baby in that tub, scalding hot water. The, the mother told the police this. The baby was trying to get up out the water screaming, and they held him there. They held him in that scalding hot water, and that was gonna supposed to be teaching him not to pee the bed. She said when she was
Oh.
getting him up out the water, his skin was coming off on her hands. And they asked her why she didn't call 911. She said, well, she gave him some Tylenol to help with the pain and left him in there to go to sleep. When she went back in there to check on him, he was dead the next morning. I have had guilt about that every time I think about it
Right.
because instead, if my guts was telling me something was not right, I should have at least called social services. Even if they had to go, even if they had to go and it was nothing, I should have called.
Oh my goodness. Don't beat
But
yourself up. Don't do that. Cause you did something. You know what I'm saying? At least you called. At least you made something happen. You know what I'm saying? It's different if you just um oh my goodness. It's different if you just sat back. You didn't do nothing. You did something. So I know in your heart because these are relatives, so it affects you more because that's a child, but you still made that happen. You know what I mean? You
yep.
know what I'm saying?
And I'm thinking at
You
the
still
time,
did
well,
something.
if I send social service over there, she gonna be mad at me. And then her mother said that everything was okay, but my gut kept telling me that baby, it wasn't right, and I should have
Right.
anonymously called social service.
Hmm.
They would have still known it was me, but that baby would have been living
Well, I was um
because they said that when they did his autopsy, he had so many bruises that had healed and so many scars that had healed. If I had called social services, they would have at least seen that something wasn't right. He had healed scars, and I just I couldn't even
because
go to that baby funeral because I felt like I I felt like I let him down.
don't
It
cry.
don't feel like that, my 2 cents.
No, you right because you did. It's it's different that it's one thing if you just didn't do nothing at all. You still at least ask the question: is what's going on with this child? You know what I'm saying? You still made an attempt. You still did that. You still did that. So to me, you still did something. Now, it's a lot of people that don't do shit, and that's what I get sad because I went through that. I was burnt in water as a child, and I know, for many years, and this was by somebody that supposed that birthed me and did that to me. You know what I mean? Did a lot. I could write a book. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
yeah, it's a lot. And I've been through that when I was little. I was hit in the eye with a belt. The
Hmm.
spoke of the belt went in the eye. I'm legally blind in my right eye from that.
Hmm.
I have burns on my chest. It's the same thing. Well, at the time, I call her, she was my mama at that time. I would say that because she was like almost like a Leona. Like she get
Hmm.
with somebody and that's how she did that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she made up and said she's sorry and I forgive her, but at that time, come on, I was 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Then I was
Hmm.
abused from 9 to 17, and you allowed behavior. So I know women like that because my own mom was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And she took a lot of things out on me because it didn't work out with the man. You know what I'm saying? So she became violent. She became, and they removed me. Thank God I went to a family member that raised me, like my grandmother and my aunt. And they was like, yo, until you get yourself together, you will not see Lisa. No, you will not see her. And she got herself together. It took a while because I didn't trust her. And some days we speak, but some days it's good, some days not. But I just protect my peace. That's just when you get down to it, I protect my peace. Because I said,
Yeah.
nobody's going to hurt me no more, ever. And this was the person that birthed me, and you hurt me. You know what I mean? You ain't protect
Hmm.
me. You let a lot of things happen to me. And everything went because either the status of a man, what he could gave her, he gave her a house. So, hell, let me sacrifice my daughter because I got me a house. You know what I'm saying? Had to get into therapy and stuff and get that together. You know what I'm saying? So I've been through it.
Mhm.
Sexual abuse by a family, you know. Then I
That's
lost
one.
my two sons. Listen, I've been
That's
through it. So
that's
that's why
one.
I can understand different things. That's life is out here. These people crazy out here.
Mhm.
And listen,
That's one thing my mother did not play about me and my brother. My mom, when she got married the second time, they stayed in different houses for like the first few months, and my mother had went and got married before we even met the man. They had been dating 2 years. She did not bring that man around us until they got married, and she did not. We like 3 months. She like um blended us in a little bit at a time. Like we would go out to eat. She'll let him come to the house. He couldn't stay long. And once she found out that we liked him and everything was good, that's when we moved in. She left her house. She kept her house, but she we moved in with him on a trial basis, she said. And
mm,
she used to work at nights. And this man, he was a DJ, and we was in the room, in his DJ room, playing his records. He told us to take our bad behinds to bed. He said, "Take our little bad asses to bed." We told my mama, this man cursed us out, and we were
yeah,
bad. We were bad. We ain't asked that man, could we do that? We told my mom, this man cursed us out. My mama, then that same day when we got home from school, we went back to the old house. She said, "No man gonna be dogging my children out when I'm not around." And
right.
my brother talk about that to this day. We like
Hmm.
we were bad. We had mama leaving her husband because we were hard headed. But at that
Yeah.
time, I didn't want my mama with nobody but my daddy. But as I look back on it, I hate I did that because they remained good friends, and he looked out for my mama until he died.
Hmm. I'm telling you, experiences will teach you a lot, you know, and I just thank God every day that He gave me strength. He put me around beautiful people, you know, He
Mhm.
put me around people that I could trust.
Mhm.
He put me around people that, respected me, and then I said, when I have my kids
Mhm.
ain't staying with nobody. And I did that. And I had two disabled sons. They're
Mhm.
not here no more, but I took care of them. You know what I'm saying? So I had two special needs kids with muscular dystrophy. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I did that, and pretty much by myself in a sense,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's why I'm stronger than ever. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I've been through it. I've been through it, but God, that strength, man, listen,
Mhm.
he's powerful and he will do it. And I just pray that Brianna get it together because the
Okay. Let me,
most thing you don't want to see is your child not here anymore
I
because of innocence.
I deleted a comment in the chat, but I'm gonna ask you all, did any of you see this? I know I haven't seen it, and I've been following this story from day one, and I've been waiting on um proof that Robert abused Brianna and them kids. Have
Hmm.
anybody seen a video out there showing Robert dragging Brianna across the floor and throwing the kid across the room?
No,
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Somebody named Grandmother of Three just put that in the chat. What about when Robert drug threw the kid
Were
across
you
the
in the
room?
house? Were
She
you in
said,
the house
"Talking
with
about,
Robert?
I seen the video."
No,
Girl, you
that's
ain't
not.
seen no video.
There's
You're
no video of
delusional.
that.
Stop
There's
it.
no video of that.
No
No way.
video.
Exactly. Exactly.
There's no video of that
Delusional at its
nowhere.
finest.
That
If
Ain't
is
she's,
no
what
video.
let
Brianna
me tell you,
said.
if she's seen it, we would have seen it because she would have made it public. Everybody
Yes,
would have
get out
seen
of
that.
here with that. Get out of here. This ain't the panel you need to be in. This ain't you don't need to be over here. Cause y'all this is truth over here. Y'all built with lies. Y'all got tunnel vision. Y'all like Superman. Y'all see the kryptonite. Y'all don't see nothing. Get out of here with all of
Exactly.
that.
And then they're coming over here talking about what Robert supposedly had done. Why aren't they talking about what Janelle is doing right now?
Exactly.
Right.
Right
Exactly.
That
now.
part. That part.
Exactly.
What
Yeah.
ain't you supposed to be calling CPS? Why don't you call CPS and find out what's going on? You over here about
Exactly.
Robert. It's about your beehive and about your the one that you're protecting over there. She still allowed a man to put his hands on her child. Now go
Exactly.
take care of that.
Yep. My thing is, all of those grown ass women and those supporters are gonna be having blood on. If something happens to that baby, while they upholding her and lifting her and got her thinking she's untouchable, if something happens to that baby, all of them are gonna have blood on their hands.
Sure
They got
is.
all of them.
Stupid. But yeah, y'all, I got a video. Y'all ain't got no video. You just made that up, lady.
There
What are
is
you
Exactly.
no
talking
video.
about? All right, go ahead with
I
that.
didn't think it was.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
There ain't no video of that. But there's videos of her putting her hands on Robert,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
that when she had the baby in her own arms, she put her own baby in arms when she was grabbing on Robert in the pool. What you call
Mm-hmm.
that?
Mm-hmm. All
What
because he
that
was
look
on
like
his
to her?
telephone.
Yes.
All because he was on his telephone.
Yep.
She flipped his hat off. She threw Gatorade juice on this man. Y'all don't
And
see
if she
nothing.
had anything more damaging, she would have released it because Robert released videos of him being abused. And if she
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
had anything of her being abused other than being cursed out, she would have released it.
All you women over there are cowards. You're grown ass women, and y'all looking identifying. Look at the abuse. That's a child. Y'all got kids too. How would you feel this? Oh, okay. Y'all probably would be comfortable with a man hitting your kids too. They
And
probably would like that.
to the men that's upholding that, all because she's all I'll be looking at when I used to go to her stuff, I used to look at the men in the comments. All they want to talk about is you so fine, you this, I can look at you all day. While y'all sitting over there admiring that girl, they better be careful and their karma is not that happens to them.
Yeah.
They're okay with they're okay with that being done to another black man. A
I
friend
have never seen no women like that in my life.
on Facebook, I on my Facebook page, I be looking and like she comes across my timeline and I can see who be harding her pictures. And I'm surprised at a lot of my friends that I know support this woman. And I
Hmm.
talked to one of them and I said, why do you all support that lying behind woman? And my friend said, I believe it. She said, I believe what she said. I believe that man did everything she said he did. And I sat down, we had a back and forth about that for like an hour and a half. And she couldn't say nothing but, yeah, I see your point. Yeah, I see your point. Well, maybe he didn't beat her, but she didn't deserve to be treated like that. I said, how did he treat her? She treated him worse than he treated her. And you can best believe most of the time she got cursed out, it was because she egged it on. She did all
Mhm.
of what she needed to do to get him to that level to where he cursed her butt out. And then she started recording.
That's like you keep poking at a bear. Eventually,
Exactly.
they're gonna poke back, right?
Yep.
So what? I don't even understand how you can look at videos. You still think Robert would drag this woman for what?
Exactly.
She literally went on TV and said, "I'm not saying he beat me. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying he ain't dragged me. I'm not saying that
He
he
blacked
beats
my
me."
eyes.
Right. So just what I said, the delusional. They
Mm-hmm.
delusional at its
Every time
finest.
I brought up a lie that she told, she could not defend it. I think she's part of that part because Bree looks halfway decent. She just mesmerized because
Mhm.
I don't get it. And she was in an abusive relationship, so I believe that her scars have not healed, which is why she's standing behind Bree's fake scar.
Right, right, right. That's it right there. And for this lady to say that, this lady
Do
got
you
on the
see?
internet and told us that this dude be hitting her, spit on
Yeah.
her, but y'all
Do,
still with it. Y'all sound dumb,
do y'all
mad
see
dumb.
Sharia's true life comment? I'm a pin it. Do y'all see Sharia's true life comment? Said they're sick. They were just saying she stinks. And
Oh
then
shit.
then she said they said her house dirty. She said her house dirty, she stinks, and her kids don't have any privacy.
Wow. Probably true. Yeah, I believe that.
I know the kids don't have any privacy.
Mhm.
She did say that she got
How you
cameras in all of them room.
and I'm from New York. How you come all the way to New York and don't even bring your kids? Cause the sight to see is Rockefeller Center with the ice
It
skating and
is.
stuff. That's
It
stuff that you
is.
bring your children to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? It's all about her, and that's sad. You chasing this man for what? But she gonna go through it because she's a liar,
Mm-hmm.
and she's not gonna denounce, and she's gonna stay like she is. She don't care. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Have you all noticed that none of her kids have any friends? You never see them
Wow,
playing
that's
with any
crazy.
cousins. You don't never
Right.
see them playing with outside kids. It's just them, Janelle, and each other. They don't have any friends from school or any of that.
Mm-mm.
That's not
Mm-mm.
And,
healthy. That
and
is not
another
healthy.
thing I didn't like, remember they were playing on the bed and they were playing the game and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the Uno or something. I'm looking like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are they in the bed with this? What?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that bothered me right there.
It bothered me
No,
too. That
that
bothered me too.
messed me up. There's
Y'all
a lot of
notice
red flags.
her friend Ayana, the one that was her, they said they used the term fake sister. I don't want to use that term anymore. But she
Right.
was her friend for 6 years. The one that was right by her side
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
everything, and
Mhm.
then the dark skinned, one that was a little thick,
Yeah.
Naya.
Yeah.
She's been knowing Bree since like they were 12 years old, and
Oh
I
wow.
haven't seen either of them around
Mm-mm.
in a while.
Yeah. But I know the chunky one. I know she had a problem with Janelle. She didn't really care for him, and
Hmm.
he got jealous or something. Like I think he ran them away. To be honest, ran her away.
Yeah. And
That's what I think.
Ayana, it was said that it was something that Janelle did or said or something like that she didn't like, and she stepped away.
Yeah. 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 I would have did the same. Like no. I'm just upset. There's like you allowed this man to touch your son. That part, I don't know. I don't know. She need to go to jail too. If anything happens, she
And
needs to
Janelle
go
do
and sit
too.
down too. Yeah, both of them.
Janelle
Yeah,
do too.
both of them. Because
He
they
don't.
they gonna look at her like you allowed all these
Mhm.
cases that we see that these girls get with these guys, don't know these guys, and look, they turn around and unalive the children, beating on them. You know, like my little cousin Bella. This was in Far Rockaway, and the father was in jail, but he came home, and he had problems, and she used to go to work. She'll work all day. When she come home, the baby's acting different. Same thing, and she's right very fair skinned. So you hit her, she's gonna bruise up, but the bruises used to um heal, and then another bruise coming out, and people we used to be like, yo, what's going on? Oh no, she fell in her toy. I said, what toy did she fell on? What are you talking about?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And when that guy got into jail, they got together. But I think he had a lot of issues because he was incarcerated for a minute. So I guess when he got home, he took it out on Bella. And every time she would go to work, the baby's crying and screaming and carrying on. And he unalive my little cousin.
Oh my God, I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
she was 3 years old at that time. Yeah, that
And
was a
then y'all
big
gotta,
story in New York. Big
wow.
story in Far Rockaway, Queens.
And
And
children are more, they're more frail and their bones are not as strong as
right,
when an adult is hitting them or beating them. You can unalive them unintentionally,
hmm
when you're beating them, because anything can happen. They can fall and hit their head. Um, anything can happen. So every minute them children are in that house, they
yeah,
are in danger. Yeah,
yeah.
they are in danger.
I agree. I agree. I remember I was at welfare one day, and this young lady, she was just aggravated because she didn't get her food stamps. And I went in the bathroom. She's in there beating the hell out the 2 year. I said, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. I don't mean to get in your business. What that don't look right." She's like, "Oh, this is my fucking kid, and mind your business." I said, "Okay." I walked out. They went in there. They locked her up right in the welfare center. Took her child right away because it was other people that witnessed that in the bathroom as well. And she's
Hmm.
blaming the little girl because she didn't get her stamps. I'm like, what the? Yes. She, "Oh, you just keep crying. You keep crying. Shut the fuck up." She was like literally cursing at her. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you cursing at a 2 year old? Oh, I didn't understand. But when she said, mind your business, which I did, I came up out that bathroom. I said, y'all need to go see. There's a situation going on in that bathroom. They locked her up right in
Mm-hmm.
the welfare. Yeah, they took the baby and all that. And she
Yeah,
was hit. She was hitting the baby too in the bathroom too. And I was like,
CPS
yo,
don't play, especially about children.
mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, the thing about it when it's something like that, you don't have
Yeah,
to wait on the courts or a court date. That happens later on down the line. They come
yeah.
and remove the kids immediately.
And
Mm-hmm.
if it's on the internet, like he said, he was receiving DMs. Trust and believe somebody called the authorities, and somebody is still going to come out whether he made that call to his son or not. And they're going to look at him crazy because they're like, well, you didn't even come. You had a conversation with your son. They're going to be like, something ain't right. You should be been there with your
Yeah,
son. So
cause
he's looking real stupid in these streets for that. But they're
because
not talking about that. They still talk about Robert, but they won't
yeah,
talk about that. Okay.
They won't talk about that. Not one of them have come forward and said anything. They're not looking at it like it might be true. They still hanging on to her every word. That woman is like a
mhm,
demon that got. Um, she's like a demon. She got these people mind controlled. I
cause
have
they don't
never in
know
my
what
life.
what was going on the other side of that phone. Brianna could have been standing right there, or
Mm,
Janelle could, or both of them could have been standing right there on next to that child. And do y'all think that child is gonna say anything on that phone? No. When
Right.
he know that once he hang that phone up, he's still gonna
Right.
have to be
Right.
in that house and may get beat for what he
Yeah.
said to his dad.
Mhm. Mhm. That's crazy. It's like you hiding. This child is traumatized. You know, say. And then I want to know how many times he don't put his hand on Mr. Man. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? I'm
mm.
wondering if it's just a
And it
one
had
time
to
thing.
be. It had to be pretty bad if she told somebody about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that you did share that with her, I would have had a problem with that. Well, you telling me, but what are you gonna do with this nigga in the house then? You know, Hello, that's what I would have been. That I'm being a real friend. So what are we gonna do here? Because how can you hold that? Like, I know that's your friend, but I don't know if I can just be. That's like you involving me in a murder plot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't
Mm-hmm.
going along with that. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Amber said those other kids' daddy just posting what Brianna told him to post. I can
Of
believe that.
course, I agree. I agree.
And that is horrible.
Yeah,
Okay.
That is horrible.
a
Did we hear what
post,
True Life, did we hear what?
huh?
I was asking Saharia's True Life. She asked us, did we hear that? Did y'all hear that? And I was asking what?
Um, mm,
What's she saying?
But what did she do about it?
Yeah,
What did
that
she?
was my question. Like, I, if she talked to you every day and she expressed that to you, I'm saying, what would you have did with that? Now is a child. It's more or less my friend is being abused, but my her child. Now is a
Exactly.
all different ball game now.
If I
there's
were
no way.
in
Yeah.
that position again, I would have called child
Yeah.
authority.
Because
I
you
Yes,
can
I'm
wouldn't have,
call
I
sorry.
would
anonymously.
I
I,
would
I
not have hesitated.
yeah.
Yes,
If
cause
I
you,
see, yeah,
mm-mm.
I agree.
You are
And
my
we're
friend, and I love you. But
yeah,
even if one time it happened, I'm still gonna get in your ass. I'm gonna still be like on some. Wait a minute, he put his hands on her for what and why? What we doing here? What are you gonna do about this? And I can't sit on that type of information.
hmm
I went to school for that. That's not something I could sit on. No, I can't sit on that.
I can't either. Not in good conscience, I couldn't. Especially being a mother. Being a
Right,
mother and having children, and then my friend just told me her boyfriend took his fist and kept hitting my her son in the chest. As a mother, I couldn't have done that again.
right. And that's the only thing I know the young lady, she's telling the truth, but when she hit that chord to say that's why I was like, wait a minute. I'm having a problem with that. How we not even even if Brianna, she couldn't have talked to me in a way and say, listen, don't say nothing, don't say nothing.
Mm-mm.
I couldn't rock with that. We just wouldn't be friends anymore. I'm sorry. Because
Yeah.
this is a child we talking about.
I heard some stuff. I heard today on somebody's live that Toya went live and said Kevin went to the police department. I haven't watched Toya's live yet. I'll probably wake up in the middle of the night and watch
Okay,
it.
all right
And
now.
then I heard that somebody sent Kevin some stuff. Somebody anonymously sent Kevin an inbox, and it had some proof of some stuff in it. So
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
sure how
Because
true it is. It's alleged.
just like the young lady is saying right now, like each day that goes by is more detrimental to those children. It is.
Yeah.
That I know they scared, but you a poor excuse of a man that you can post about your child instead of coming to see about your son.
Mhm.
You a piece of shit.
I
I
wouldn't
agree.
have ate no phone call. I would have hopped on a flight or I would have in my car and went there.
I would have just been knocking at the door. You wouldn't even known I was coming.
Yeah,
That
because I
too.
want to prepare them.
Or
It's
if
like
I had some
coach.
family in the area, they definitely would have pulled up. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Go see about go see about Josh. Go see about him.
Mhm.
Hey, you couldn't explain that to me. You could not explain to me about that. No, we not
Mm-mm.
doing that. No.
Mm-mm.
Nope. Nope.
Absolutely not. Can
We
y'all
don't.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, because I didn't
How,
see my icon moving.
kind of
So
father is that? That's disgusting. He's a piece of shit for real.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yep.
that. I don't like
I
putting
don't
a
either.
bunch of kids.
I don't either.
There's
I did
no
not have
reason
no
for that.
when she was flaunting this guy around in the beginning. I did
Ooh,
not have no
child.
good feeling about him, especially when she posted that birthday party and he told about how they met. He was attracted to her because he thought that she was
She
this
was
big time
somebody.
celebrity. Yeah, he thought she
Yeah.
was somebody. That's
Mhm.
what attracted him to her. And I think he was looking for a come up, and that's how they got together.
But
She wanted
did you see, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you see the part where she bought those birthday gifts for him, right? You
exactly.
see how all the kids were sitting on the couch and watching that?
I
Yeah.
know it.
I I I, I was like, and he was like, yo, and he called his boy, and I was like, what the hell is going? Yo,
You can tell this man ain't used to nothing. This
Mm.
man
child.
wears that
Mm-mm.
Rolex watch. He wears that all this jewelry. That don't even go with the outfits. He
With
wear it with
everything.
everything, and it don't the jewelry be too fancy for the clothes he have on because he can't dress.
He
He didn't even
definitely
have
can.
a car, y'all. Y'all remember?
I know it. Yeah,
Right.
Car when he first
Bought
met.
him a car, all that. Ooh, child. He can cheat and do everything. You all right with that? He can just bring
yep.
you a disease, and you okay with that?
You heard about
What
that?
is that about?
Wow.
I said that before. He can bring you anything, girl. You down with
Yeah.
that? Mm.
Yep. She they're just whole and healed, and if you love yourself, one thing you will come to realize is that you do not need a man.
That's
Once
right.
you get once you get to that point and realize you don't need a man, then you're healed. It's okay to have one once you get to that point. But
Yeah.
if you feel like you just got to have a man, you
Hmm.
break up with this one a month later, a person that's afraid to be alone will put up with anything.
Yeah. And with DV, I know for me, I was scared to come outside. I had PSTD,
Mhm.
I had
Mhm.
that. Um, I wouldn't be around nobody. I didn't trust nobody because you don't know. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Um, what else? Listen, the change of clothes, like you don't care about yourself pretty much.
Mhm.
You mentally, you so
Oh, water.
exhausted. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then you have to learn like like how I'm gonna get through this. You know what I'm saying? Then if you have kids going through that, they still trauma because they saw your trauma. So
Mhm.
she not healed. Because when you heal, ooh, you feel so good about yourself. There's nothing can stop you.
This man don't.
You look
I'm
different.
exactly. Sharia, True Life. I'm gonna call you True Life because I can say Harriet. Sahara's True Life. She said he just his his post tell it all. He's so happy he don't have any kids. When they broke up, that's the first thing he said. I don't have it. Got
No.
my bag, whatever. But he
Yeah.
kept stressing no kids. When
Yeah.
she and Robert broke up, Robert said my family, my kids,
Hmm.
because he really cared about those kids. It wasn't a front.
Right.
And I know it hurts him to his heart that she's doing all of this and won't let him have a relationship with these kids he's raised for 6 years and took and treated like his own. Now he
That
can't
Yeah.
can
have a.
that can mentally hurt Robert, being that he just came through this struggle. He just did. And you
Mm-hmm.
could put a person right back into a situation with stress. But
Exactly.
Robert is so strong. You know what
I
I mean?
felt when he first came, when all this first started happening, and I would look at
Oh
the
my,
look on his
yes.
face, and I saw this broken man. I felt so bad for him.
Me too.
I felt so bad for him. You could see the hurt all over him when he would go live or when he would make his videos. Now what you see is a happy healed man,
Yeah.
a whole and healed man.
Hmm.
You don't see no hurt in his eyes anymore. He did it the right way. He went slow and he healed.
It's like if we have the flu and you had the flu for so long, or you have COVID, you had different things. It's gonna knock the shit out of you, the wind out of you. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
It's a lot to process when you've been sick. Like my kids were nice and healthy and strong. I saw my kids' ribs. I saw when they got real skinny and small. You know what I mean? From the
Mhm.
way they was, because the muscular dystrophy affects the muscles. My sons became very frail, like so frail. Like I could pick them
Mhm.
up and put them in their wheelchairs. You know what I mean? And I had to do that. And my kids were weak, but I ain't say, oh, they weak, or just leave them like that. No, I fought hard and I stayed and I did what a mom's supposed to do when you have children or special needs kids.
Hey,
You
can
gotta
I
do everything.
may,
Amber,
may I
that
say
had let
really
me
quick?
answer this right quick. That
Oh,
happened in 2004, but it seems like it happened yesterday. Once you go through something like that and you're guilty about it, I need to heal from that and stop blaming myself because every time I think about it and talk about it, I cry. So that lets me know I'm still holding myself accountable for that baby's death.
and don't my 2 cents, because it's not your fault.
No, it's not. Mm-mm. Nope,
Beat yourself up about it. I
absolutely
want to
not.
say something because I was asking someone a question. Um, I heard someone in a comment say that they heard that Kevin went down to the police station. Okay, with that, the police cannot come and remove the children out the home um because they just can't just go to the home and remove the children. But
Right.
CPS can come in and remove the children the same day. And
Yeah.
if CPS feel like that is going to be like some type of battle with that, they can have the police accompany them
Yeah.
to the home. Now they can
Right.
Mm-hmm.
do that, but
Right.
CPS can go. They are the only ones that can go and remove the kids out the home without having a court date or anything first. They can
Right.
remove them
They
kids
don't need nothing.
immediately.
Hmm.
Yeah, they can. I'm sure
Yeah.
they got bombarded with calls today because in all those chats, all 3 nights, some people were saying, well, in all those chats yesterday in
Hmm.
Chatty Cathy's chat, they were saying
Yeah.
they were calling. I'm calling CPS in the morning. I'm reporting this.
So with that, when I heard that about that little boy, I sat there and I broke down, like literally, like what? I mean, I was sad what happened to her, but
Yeah.
I'm more sad because of the children. Now, it's one thing if you come out and publicly apologize and say, "Listen, y'all, a whole year, apologize to this DV people, but before us, apologize to your husband. Number one,
Mm-hmm.
apologize to the DV survivors.
Mm-hmm.
Apologize to all the people you got involved with the
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. You did too much, girl.
She did. She
You
did.
did too much.
And they are empowering her to keep it up.
Right? Come on now. You too grown for that. And they make me sick when they say, "Oh, she's only 31." And you 31, but you open your vagina 4 times to pop them babies out. So knock it off.
And how could they call themselves Team Bree and Bree supporters? And y'all know that this is going potentially going on and y'all not doing anything about it
Mm-mm.
because
Yeah,
it
that
was
part.
said she was hurt too, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
bit on and choked or hit. Oh, I can't remember the exact words, but she was harmed. How
Mm-hmm.
can y'all say that y'all team Bree and y'all go so hard for her
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
about
Mm-hmm.
something that Robert didn't even do? And now
Exactly.
something that could potentially be done to her now, and
Mhm.
y'all not saying anything about that.
Mhm.
Right, because they don't care.
Where's the outrage about
And
this?
and you know what's funny? She on the other side, but I don't really watch her things because she's evil and demonic. I can't watch that lady.
I can't either.
But she's doing a live about Blueface and Crenshaw.
Krishan.
Crenshaw. I, I'm
Wow.
confused because they did DV, so they literally showed their stuff. Why you? That's what I'm saying. Something wrong with them because now
Yeah.
you're deflecting.
Mm-hmm. Trying to say like, oh, but no, even though, they used to battle and, hit each other and everything, I never heard anything about the children getting beat. I
Right,
never heard about
right.
that.
Yes.
You never
I mean,
heard
they
about
did some
Blueface
raunchy stuff
beating
with
his
the
child
kids. Yeah,
or anything
yeah.
like that. You're
Right.
deflecting,
That's what I'm saying. That part. Like, what are you doing that for? Oh,
trying to
child, they
compare her
all crumbling
relationship.
like dominoes. They gonna go pew, one domino, and then all the dominoes just gonna come sliding down, one
Mhm.
by one.
Mhm. It is just like Lupac said,
God
the
is
domino effect.
revealing. Yep.
Every time something happens, somebody out that beehive puts out more and more.
Yes. Yeah.
They they
They
release
don't have
more and
no
more.
contact. They don't have
Yep.
no contact. Mm-mm. That girl is dangerous. Ooh, child.
And then they treat her like she's God. They got her on a pedestal, got her thinking she's God. Powerful woman for what? What do you do? Because you go to these free photo shoots?
Yeah.
What do you do to make you powerful? Oh, because you got all these minions that are mind brainwashed? That makes I guess that's why she feels like she's powerful because she knows that she got all these people supporting her on a lie. And if you look at it
Mhm.
like that, then yeah, you powerful.
Oh
You
yeah.
got all these people doing all this
Wicked,
stuff based on a lie.
wicked, wicked, wicked.
And I can't understand for the life of me because she went live on the other day on YouTube with her first episode of Unapologetically Bree or whatever, and
Mhm,
then I
mhm.
seen a live of her on Facebook where she's praising her relationship and was saying that, I've only known how it felt to be a wife. I really never felt how it, feel to be a girlfriend. I'm loving, you know, being a girlfriend, and Janelle is loving to be a boyfriend. He's only had one relationship beside me, and we're enjoying being boyfriend and girlfriend. And I've never felt this feeling before, and it feels so good.
I wonder if he beat on the other girlfriend he had.
Chrissy.
Yeah, yeah, because they just don't get like that.
No, they don't.
Mm-mm. I believe he did something too. I listen. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Nobody's picking you up. Hollywood don't need you, don't want you, ain't looking for you. So I don't know what you're gonna do with yourself. But all they gotta do take one look at that internet and you are in trouble. They don't want you.
Mhm.
You ain't gonna want that. And you are messy because you're still dealing with a married woman. That don't look good. You
Yeah,
talk about we separated. Girl,
it don't matter
right, you still married on paper.
because God didn't send Janelle to you. You manifested him or whatever you think because, the devil can fool you too and
Hmm.
come as a God
Right.
and make you think that God is sending you something, but it's really the devil sending you something.
Hmm. Look where you sent her. Look, we look at it now. Lizard
Hmm.
boy. I'm gonna call him Lizard boy because he looked like a lizard. Part
And
lizard, part donkey.
Because one thing God is not going to do is bless no mess and bless a married woman, a man.
Yep.
Then no married woman, a man. Separated
That
or not, you're
her
still
man
married.
got sick and she just checked out because she wasn't really with the marriage anyway. But she still
Mm-mm.
have a girl mentality
She
in a
does.
woman's body. So she
She
probably never
does.
was ready for that. She saw that come up, and I don't understand, girl. That dude deserved roses, roses, and more roses, cause you had a man that took in your 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a lot to commend him about. He did a lot. Free Robert. That's all I say.
Mm-hmm.
And free them children.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Matter of
especially them
fact,
kids.
save the children. Save
Yes.
them children.
Hmm.
Yep.
Doing too
Because,
much now.
at the end of the day, there's nothing that could be done, as far as Brianna concerned, because she's
Mm-hmm.
adult. And if she don't take action against Janelle, it's really nothing anyone can do. But those kids, CPS will come in there and remove them immediately without having any type of court order or anything like that. And those of y'all that knows
Well,
or
she
know any
manifested
family member.
all of that.
Yeah.
She manifested every single thing she did. Called CPS on Toya. And that's what I said. People don't understand. Oh, she always crying. No, she had every reason to cry from whipping your ass. What I say with that is that what if it was a CPS worker that was having a bad day and decided to walk them kids out of there?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like when they walk your kids out of there, you're not getting your kids the next week.
Mm-mm. And that's a prime
And
example.
that could have pushed Toya over the edge. And they
Mm,
still don't even understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand how they was feeling yesterday to hear this, but at the end of the day, it's still a child that's involved.
Exactly.
yeah.
That's all I'll say with that.
Yep.
And y'all
No
see
kid
that's
deserved that.
a prime
And
example. When
and
CPS
another thing
courthouse. Oh, I'm sorry.
with forced, this is another thing people need to look at. They think foster homes are great. Once you take those kids, what if the kids don't have family? That's what I say. That's the scarier part when they remove these children. They
Mm-hmm.
end up in foster homes where they are treating even 10 times worse than what they just came from. People got to, Brianna, you girl, you better open up your eyes because you need
Exactly.
to take a memory lane about what happens to children that don't have parents, that may not have no family that can take them in. And they go through
Exactly.
all kinds of things.
Exactly.
And you up here allowing that behavior to take place.
Yep.
So,
I don't.
girl, you need to get yourself together.
And she does.
Kids don't
And
always end up in the good places.
they don't. I did a video about kids. Where the boyfriends unalive those babies, and the mothers tried to cover it up. And I
Hmm.
think she'll be in that same situation, trying to help him cover it up.
Exactly. Uh, Facts. There's so many stories. I watch crime story, crime vibe, daily crime. I watch all that type of stuff because it's real out here. Oh, wait a minute. The young
Hmm.
lady is on Joppy Live right now.
She is.
Yeah,
I need to go. Y'all, I'm gonna go to Joppy's live. I want to hear what she got to say.
yeah, because it's D Ham, Chatty. I
Hmm.
thought that was Retta. The young lady's on there now. So
Okay.
we're gonna speak again.
Okay, thank
Always
you
good
all.
talking to you.
You
And
too.
we're gonna keep this going because we gotta
Okay.
get things, you know what I mean. One love, and I'll see you over there in Joppy Live. Good
Okay.
night, beautiful.
Okay, good night.
All right,
Good
hon.
good night,
Well,
you all.
not
I'm
good
gonna
night.
go
I'm
over.
going down the block.
Okay.
All right. Okay, honey.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay,
Thank
bye.
you all for hanging out with me for 3 hours, but I want to see what she has to say. Love y'all and thank y'all for the continued support.